Hello everybody, welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Boss Push Network. I'm your host and that's excited Eddie V. Joining me is the one, the only boss man, and soon to be Switch 2 owner this coming Thursday, Mr. Corey Dirrig. Hello, good sir.
I hope I get it on Thursday or Friday because Walmart definitely charged me today. All $740 something.
Woo! You was not planning. You was ready to come prepared.
Well, I told you I got the system with the Mario Kart bundle, which it was with sales tax like $530 something. And then I got the camera, a Pro controller, and a memory card from Walmart, and that was like a 200 and something after tax. So, I mean, yeah. It sounds like a big number, but then you look at everybody buying money and buying this thing and the games and whatever, and you know, it's not cheap.
Yeah, I think we won't give reviews for the system. I think until that Thursday or Friday because it was just like no one has a actual console to review, and since they're not doing a live version of it, like the patch and stuff, until the release date. Like nobody can't play it or anything. So I think that's why Nintendo held off and everything. So it's gonna be interesting to see what people think and what people say and the videos that's gonna come out and stuff.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how we're gonna tackle that next weekend. I mean, obviously, we're gonna do the show on whatever day we record the show.
What's to do on Saturday?
But you know, if I get it on Thursday, I'm gonna have to, I'll come home from work and download Mario Kart quickly, and kind of download the games that I have /want/own while I record. What is this week? Xbox Casuals, I guess it would be on Thursday, and afterwards, maybe Friday. Friday, what I would like to do Friday is like Friday night is do a stream of the the games that I got. So I think there's 6 different games: Mario Kart, Cyberpunk, Street Fighter, Hogwarts Legacy, Welcome Tour, and then the 2 Zelda games. Those are what I plan on playing first. It's some of those.
Well, because I'm off Thursday. I'm supposed to be going to Six Flags for a bit. I got to see how that goes. Hopefully, I'll be home by 9. If you want to do like maybe a 30-minute expansion pass or just a 30-minute impression episode, if you get the time and stuff, that probably would be cool.
Yeah, maybe I would. The thing is, I don't know if I'm going to have time because of work, and like I'll definitely play around with it and get stuff downloaded, and probably after Xbox Casuals I will probably play around with it for a little bit, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it and get enough play time in to play with it. I definitely will by the time we record on Saturday though, and maybe on Friday after the stream or whatever, I will be able to do either a short video or like at the end of the stream do a thing just to record it and get it to the
depending on what time you finish the stream, because I don't know how long you'll be up streaming it or anything.
Yeah,
like if it's probably by the time I get off of work and get home, I'll probably rush home and try to hop on and catch your stream or whatever, because I'm going to be up when I get home Friday after work and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what's going on. I mean, I gotta. There's a lot to do this week. I actually thinking about skipping Boss Rush on Tuesday just to get some extra work in and test some things out and test stream and test record and that kind of thing to make sure that Friday I'll be good to go. And then, I'm trying to limit myself to 3 days a week recording. I know that this weekend is kind of a special case, and we're all excited for Switch 2, but
Right.
you know, we'll see. TBD.
Yeah, because yeah, because I think I may try to go to Staples to get it Thursday.
Staples. Are you getting? Did you call and make sure they're going to get them?
That's what I need to know. I gotta do, because they just kind. I think they just kind of announced it like this week that they was going to try to sell it at Staples.
Everybody's trying to get it on the Switch 2 action.
Right.
So
And stuff. So, but like I said, I'm not worried if I don't get mine now. My plan is to get it in July if need so if so be it. But I think with all this, if I can get one, definitely I'm gonna try to snag it. And I don't. It don't matter which version I could get. You know, if I have to get the original, the less bundle one, I'll still buy Mario Kart. Like that. That is no. I'm like it would have came out probably around the same price, so that doesn't matter to me or anything. Uh, and then probably that following week, I mean, and I'll definitely be playing like Breath and Tears and all of this stuff. And
mhm.
some of the new games that I bought on Switch, I'll definitely just play it on Switch too. But I'll be, I'll always be like, well, if they don't got like Final Fantasy remake or anything, I'll just
Well,
download it. Or
those aren't out yet. 7 remake's not out yet. It's not coming till later in the summer.
well, that's what I mean and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about the launch day.
don't worry, Ed. When we get to Pack Watch, we have we have so many
Oh,
games to talk about, dude.
it's
It's funny though because
insane.
they're every single game we're going to talk about is a launch day Switch game, Switch 2 game. Every single one.
And and then they add stuff just
Yeah,
recently.
yeah, yeah. Like Fantasy Life I is getting a day one patch for Switch 2 if you own it, which
Yeah, I had
obviously improves a lot of that game. I think.
which I didn't realize that we didn't get physical for North America. I'm like, wait, what? Like
Yeah.
I was trying to order it from Best Buy because I see somebody had it, but I wonder if that was just only the UK and Japan that got it, or just Japan. I'm like, what in the world? So I just bought it digitally on my system. I'll talk about that when we get to what we've been playing. But yeah, I'm like, I'll definitely do the $10 upgrade on Switch 2 and everything.
Yeah, I'm definitely I'm excited for it. I'm ready.
Huh?
It's gonna be fun. I think that well, first of all, I have to beat Expedition 33 before this thing comes out. I wanted to do more in that game, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to well, I mean I'll still be able to. I'm not like, you know, I'm as excited as I am for Switch 2, I still need a game to play outside of Mario Kart. So
Yeah.
uh you know, and I'll definitely play Zelda again, and I'm definitely going to be playing Cyberpunk. But uh, yeah,
Yeah, I and Digital Foundry about to get hit with so many reviews. It's about or so many views. It's about to be crazy. But yeah, I'm excited for Switch 2. I'm excited for people who's getting it. Like I said, if I don't get it Thursday, I'm fine. Because I still got my Series X games that I need to get through. I still got Switch games that I could play and get through. Definitely one of them. I'll talk about that when we talk about our pickups and stuff. But yeah, I'm super excited, dude. Like it's going to be so good just to see people at midnight releases, or going into the store and buying it. So I'm like, I think it's going to be a good kind of revenue day for not only for Nintendo but a lot of these retail stores.
hmm yeah. So it's gonna be fun. I'm glad I don't have to go get up at like 7 o'clock or like 5 o'clock in the morning and go stand out in line at GameStop or Best Buy or something.
Right.
Um, I man, there's so much I need outside of just games though. Like I need a second dock. I would like to get a second set of Joy-Cons and a second Pro controller at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And then my daughter wants those dumb steering wheels for Mario Kart, which I haven't decided if I'm going to get them yet or not. They're really dumb, but we'll see.
I know. If just for me is the Switch 2 Pro controller and the SD Express card. Like that's the only thing I really need for right now. Cause like if I get the system and I get Mario Kart, I could get a game probably a little bit later or anything. Just kind of depends on how the check is looking. I should say.
Yeah.
Cause the check should be nice and juicy. But yeah, in July the check would definitely be nice and juicy. On top of trying to get ready for PAX West.
Yeah.
So
so in the comments, M2 Reality said Joy-Cons are almost $100. You should reconsider. And yes, I know, but there are 4 people in my house who really like Mario Party. And so and I know that the Switch 2 or the Switch 1 Joy-Cons work on Mario Party technically, but there are games that actually require the Switch 2 ones because for one reason or another. So because they require the mouse portion.
yeah.
So I'm gonna have to get those, which is fine, right? I mean, it is what it is. That's what they cost. If you can't buy them, then don't. If you don't, it's. I'm not getting this again.
The thing about it is that with any console, any new console that come out, even when it's like a refresh console, people want to get the new stuff that go along with it. Definitely when it comes to accessories, like PlayStation 5 Pro is an exception because people wanted the disc drive. Nobody cared about the disc drive. Even when the PS4 digital came out, nobody cared for it. When they see that the Pro wasn't doing it, everybody, well, need to go give me a disc drive. Because, like, a lot of people have physical stuff on it. So, but like Series X and everything, like I was just like, I need new controllers for Series X. I still haven't got the SD card for it, but I'm like, I know that I could take stuff off and put new stuff on it. I'm like, definitely with games that is on my system that I'm not playing, I could just take off, throw that in the cloud, and then put the game that I want to play on the system and play it. I could balance within the 1 terabyte and stuff. And then if the price becomes reasonable to have the another terabyte with the SSD card, then I'll get the SSD card and put it to the system. So
yeah. Did you? I mean, they announced today that they're gonna have, or not announced, but Walmart has a cheap 512 gigabyte SSD or
Express
SanDisk Express memory card from a company I've never heard of. It's 512 for the same price as the SanDisk 256. So I think it's called On with 2 N's, ONN 512 Express. I saw Wario 64 posted about it today. So
yeah. Well, we had a discussion. Like SanDisk is them. They'll probably refresh those memory cards.
Well, they're coming out on Switch 2 launch day. GameStop's taking pre-orders for them. There's all the way up to 2 terabytes, but it costs like as much as the system for a 2 terabyte one. So
like a 400.
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, 256. So the Switch has 256 on board, and I have a 256 coming. So that's fine for now. But this is what I did for the Switch 1, right? Is I bought a 256, I waited, and then I got a 512 later. Because those games are small though, right? These ones are a little bit bigger, but not by much.
And SanDisk is good. Like even when it's been out, they'll like even like with Best Buy and Target, they'll throw a 30 to 70% off sale.
Oh, dude, you can get 512 SD cards for like bubble gum and duct tape. Like, you know,
Pretty
you can.
much. Shoot, Amazon, when they be having their sales, you'd be like, "Dad, that was about 85% off."
SD cards are the new donuts, right? Where they're literally just like trying to pay you to get rid of them.
Right. But I think people were just like, well, I want, like, some people feel like, oh, my SD card is up for, filled up for Switch, and I need a new one. So they'll be like, oh, here's a 2 terabyte one. Oh, it's only $83. I'll get it, and people will go and get it. That's good business for that retail and for ScanDisk or whoever.
Yeah.
So,
man,
but
Switch
we
2.
shall see what, dude. We should see what happens Thursday and the rest of the week.
I mean, we're gonna talk a lot about it in a little bit, so we should probably fly through this first part so we can start talking about all this. Dude, the doc is so long this week.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, it is.
Also, what a week to have news. Also, by the way, thanks for putting news out on launch week, everybody. Thanks.
Well, Corey, let's get into this housekeeping. This is Nintendo Pow Block, the Nintendo podcast for Boss Rush Media and the Boss Rush Network. We record each and every episode live on Twitch, YouTube, X/Twitter every Saturday night. So come hang out, be a part of the conversation in the live chat, and give us a follow while you're there. If you'd like to support Boss Rush, you can check out our Patreon. That's patreon.com/Boss Rush Network, where you can gain early access and exclusive access to content like the Nintendo Pow Block 1-Up Patreon show and Expression Pass. Become a Patreon producer and more. As always, if you can't support us financially or join us live, your listenership and viewership is enough for us. Subscribe to Boss Rush on YouTube and hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, consider leaving us a 5-star rating and a review or a comment. It will help with discoverability and growth. New episodes post every Monday morning on podcast apps, YouTube, and our website on bossrush.net, where you can find also our daily banters, reviews, listicles, and more. Yes. I will say, everybody, I am finishing up some more interviews from PAX East. So you'll be able to hopefully check them out this coming week or in the following weeks. I'm just like maybe halfway through my interviews. So I have a more to go, but do check them out when they release and everything on bossrush.net. So, Corey, let's get into Nintendo.
All right, Ed, guess what I had tonight?
What did you have?
For the first time in a long time.
Did you hold on? Was it Arby's, the potato? No. Oh, dang it!
I wish. I had Taco Bell tonight, Ed.
Yes.
Thought I was going to die afterwards, but it was delicious going down.
What'd you get?
So I got a cheesy gordita crunch.
Ooh.
And I got a chicken quesadilla. And I got some chips and cheese. By the way, I'm glad the segment is on the show because Taco Bell had an AI automated person take my order tonight.
Oh, they started that.
It was really strange.
Was it like, hello, welcome to Taco Bell, how may we help you?
Yeah, and then it asked if I had a 4-digit code for perks and stuff, and then it asked me if I wanted one. I said no. I want my food.
That's us at Checkers. Checkers had the AI /rallies, everybody, for those.
But at least they didn't make my food, so it's fine.
Yes.
Look, I'm not opposed to AI. Like a lot of people seem to be, but only in certain situations, right? It was definitely a weird. It was definitely a weird experience. I think it was. Yeah, I know. I'm reading. Nick is in the chat from WASD.
That AI. That AI. Oh, is it Nick?
Yeah.
Okay. That AI Taco Bell drive-through did a damn robot always asking me to round up. Like, shut up, let me talk to you.
I mean, I did round up, but it was only 4 cents. So uh it made me
Oh,
unrealistically mad, he says. Um
oh, I love you, Nick.
it's definitely, I think it was weirder because I wasn't expecting it because I hadn't been to Taco Bell in so long. Like it just, I wasn't prepared. I hadn't prepared myself for it.
Mhm.
Uh so yeah, it was weird, but the food was good. And then my wife and kids got Wendy's. So
Mm.
I almost, man, I wanted, there were so many things I wanted tonight, but I had to pick one. I could only pick one. So
Oh, everybody, go check out WSAD and Beyond. Let's go listen to their Doom: The Dark Ages review. Really, really good. Uh, Wendy's Nugs
they're
underrated.
spicy nuggets. Ah, those.
I can do their spicy nuggets, but I can't do spice stuff
Yeah.
a lot of times. And everything. The regular nuggets with their chicken sandwich from the 5 for $5, dude. I'd be like, can I get that honey mustard on it? I'll be good to go at Wendy's.
Yeah, Wendy's is something. I really like their spicy chicken. Um
Mm-hmm.
anyways.
Yes.
I had a cheesy gordita crunch tonight, Nick. I don't know if you heard me say that, but I did. I got one. It's delicious. I like the sauce they put on there. I also put a little bit of fire sauce on there, and by a little bit, I meant 3 packets.
That's not a little.
uh,
So, um,
oh man,
yeah.
good times.
So, yeah. I had to hold off on Taco Bell. It's not because I was destroying my stomach. I was eating it too much. Yes.
Yeah,
So, um, is that all, Corey?
yeah. I mean, we're going to dinner tomorrow night for my sister-in-law's birthday, so I'll have more to talk about next weekend if I remember.
Well, if you guys follow me on Blue Sky at Elite Block Agent, I went to a place called Sutadaya. It's in kind of this Asian market. It's like their food court. I had one of their power teriyaki plates with and a chicken, like it's with the teriyaki sauce on it, with garlic sauce on it. They gave me shredded cabbage, rice, and 3 gozas, um, like appetizers, and it was so good. The chicken was so tender. They didn't have bones. Part of it had a little crunch to it. It was really, really nice. It was really good. I was just like, cause I want, sorry about that. Wanted to try something different. And so I went to Masua's, and I went to that place. But y'all, this if you see this in your grocery store or your gas station or whatever. Now everybody know I talked about the wild berry being the drink of the summer for Red Bull for energy drinks. I believe I've just found the chip of the summer, and it's Lay's bacon grilled cheese flavored chips. Corey, when I tell you that thing is anointing, full on anointed. And I just got it last Sunday, this past Sunday. Dude, I was just like, if anything should win out of this competition, it needs to be these chips right here because they literally taste like a grilled cheese with bacon in them. It is so delicious. You will run through the bag. Um, they also got like a Korean flavor fried chicken one, which was good. It's nice and sweet, with a little spice to it, but not too hot. It was really good. The one I still need to try is the Valentina hot sauce flavor and lime. That one I still need to try. But man, those that bacon grilled cheese lays fire. If they are going to be, I hope they're here for the whole summer. Also, everybody, I don't know if I talked about this, Corey. We finally got the Sprite tea, the Sprite anti flavor. That's probably the drink of the summer right now for me, because good googly moogly, that Sprite tea is tea. Half of our pack is gone. Our 20 ounce sizes, half of the pack is almost gone, and people have been buying the 12 pack. So it may be like the soda pop drink of the summer. Now I haven't found the like hot dog or burger of the summer. I haven't found anything like that. Um, I'll still be looking, definitely like barbecue sauce of the summer. I'm still looking for those things and desserts. So I'm still going to be trying new things that I can find that am going to be recommending from people to try. I did try the How to Train Your Dragon meal, which is a regular wrapper with like this orange looking bun, like it's been fired, been flamed and stuff. They do have a spicy version, but I can't do spicy. Everybody. But it was really good. Had some. It was just regular fries. The strawberry lemonade that came along with it that I asked for was it had the sourness of a lemonade drink, with a little bit of sweetness in the shower, in the sour part for the strawberry. It was really good. It wasn't that bad. I know Snapple has 3 new flavors out too. They have a pink lemonade, they have a regular lemonade tea flavor for Snapple, and a peach iced tea flavor for Snapple. These are all regular flavors. I didn't see if they had zero anything. The pink lemonade is probably the best out of all 3. I don't know if you had this, Corey, or if you drank it. You remember those little jugs that look like they had like juice in them. They were like little jugs. They look like barrels
Like the
sometimes.
hugs, the little hugs jugs.
Yeah, those. The pink lemonade tastes like one of those drinks, and it was bomb big. I always hated those little things because you would pull back the aluminum top, and then you would drink it, and like you only probably got like 1 or 2 swigs in it, depending on how thirsty you are, and you would need to get more, and they were just like only a limited amount, and just be like, why can't this be a bigger jug, like a taller jug? I want more. I want more.
Yeah, they're never big enough. But also, there's just like there's so much sugar in there.
I know, but like I can't do just a swig. I'm like, it's just so good.
It's fair.
So, but yeah, everybody, that's what I've been snacking on. Hopefully, the week of um I should say this weekend, when we come back for our next recording, talking about talking about Switch 2, we'll be talking some more new snacks. I will say this, everybody, I am definitely doing nachos for the wholesome games. I was gonna do nachos for Xbox, but I'm doing my nachos and cheese and stuff for the wholesome games. I'm still trying to find a snack or a meal to do for Xbox, because it's going to be around my time, 12 o'clock. I think it'll be like 1 o'clock your time, Corey.
Mm.
I believe, because it's supposed to be 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
For it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay. So
Sorry, I'm reading the chat. There's a big conversation going on in the chat.
about snacks.
No, about something else.
Oh,
It's fine.
okay.
Anyways.
Yes. So that's gonna be it, everybody, for Snacktendo. We're gonna get into playing with power. Um so I'm going to just make this a little bit short, because I haven't really got a chance to play a lot. I played the Fantasy Life the Girl Who Steals Time. I'm still making my way in the intro part with that. Play a little bit of that. And I played Monster Boy in the Cursed Kingdom. I'm on the last section of the game, so I just need to beat the final boss, and then I'll be done with that game. At least I want to, unless I want to go back and try to collect everything. But pretty much that's all I've been playing at this time. My Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo hasn't came in yet. It's supposed to be here, uh, today, this Monday that you guys are seeing it. So hopefully it comes in and I get to play. It's being shipped from Canada. That's why, and it's the collector's edition. So I'm excited to get that and give it and play that game. So yeah, that's all I've been playing at this time.
Nice. I mean, mine's pretty short too. So I can do the final kind of mission in Expedition 33. I'm just trying to go around and I don't know. I'm trying to enjoy it as much as I can before Switch 2 comes out. Because even though I said I'm going to do New Game Plus and play it again and do more, who knows? I mean, I would love to, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But yeah, I'm like really loving it, and there was a twist at the end of Act 2 that everybody seemed to be surprised about, but I'm like, if you've been paying attention at all, you clearly saw this like 10 hours ago. I don't know why everybody's so surprised. I think it's just to get a reaction out of the internet, to be honest, but not that it's not a bad twist or anything. It's a really good narrative beat, I think, but like if you've been paying attention at all and doing the things in the manner, which isn't a spoiler, you know, come on, you know. So yeah, I think that's kind of it. Oh, I've also been playing Disney Dreamlight Valley to finish up the Alice in Wonderland Star Path, which I have like 3 things left to get in there from the bonus collection. Also, the theme park stuff is going on now, so yeah. It's what else? Yeah, that's kind of it. I'm trying to Here's the thing. I really want to keep playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, but every time they add stuff, it starts chugging and chugging and chugging on the Switch to the point where like I just feel like I can't play it on the Switch anymore, which is why that is one of the first games I'm downloading on Switch 2.
Oh wow.
Oh man. So, yeah, it's been fun. I've really been enjoying Expedition 33, and it feels really nice to kind of have this at least for me, like this what do you call it? Like where I'm really kind of falling in love with RPGs again, right? And turn-based RPGs, like coming off of 90 hours of Fire Emblem, and then I'm at 40 hours plus with this right now. It's been really nice to have. So especially because like my reflexes are going, man. My hands just don't work how they used to, and like just having that kind of ability to do turn-based stuff, like that's half the reason why I haven't been playing Destiny recently, is just because I just can't. I don't know. There's my hands just don't work like they used to, man. So yeah, I mean that's kind of it. Nobody really wants to hear about Disney Dreamlight Valley, but
well, that's cool that you played it still.
yeah, it's the
Your
game I
cozy
play.
game.
It's the game I play when I'm in between games and don't know what to play exactly. So that's but also like the Switch, man, it's just chugging. I need the Switch 2 to come out. Even if there's no Switch 2 patch, which I think they said they're gonna bring one eventually. I think it's gonna get the version that's on Series X and PS5 at some point. But man, that thing chugs on Switch. It is, dude. It took over a minute to load into Scrooge McDuck's store last
Ooh.
night. I'm like, man, I thought my console froze for a minute
Oh no.
because it was taking so long. So, uh
Oh no.
yeah, it's it's stressing me
It's
out.
it
This
sure
cozy
is.
game is stressing me out, Edward. I do have like 5 realms to explore now, though. 5 extra realms within the valley, and
Uh-huh.
I still haven't done the 2 expansions I bought. You know, uh, almost a year and a half ago at this point, and then 6 months ago. Oh man.
uh, but that just shows you how good of a game that is. You know, the content that's in it, that you want to try to do everything, but like it's gonna take you a while because you're enjoying what the game allows you to do. So you know, yes.
Yeah. It's I should probably start moving on though. I did delete Disney Speedstorm, by the way. Um
Oh.
I deleted it a while ago. I meant to talk about it like a couple months ago, and then I never did,
Mhm.
uh, for one reason or another.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do I really want to play Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and I think I just need a mouse. Um, because I'm like, it's video. I've been
it's got
looking at
touch
my roller.
controls now.
It does have it.
Yeah,
Ooh, did I probably re-download it on Switch?
yeah. It
Um,
has touch controls, and like you just double tap to do like I think I forget what it is. I think you
I
double tap to like place something, and then like you hold down to bring up the options to erase it.
I wonder, can I use a stylus?
You'll have to get a
I may have
special
to.
one for Switch. The DS
Yeah,
ones don't work. You have to get one that like almost like an Apple Pen.
I probably will. I probably order one for Switch for that to happen. Because like I need control
Mhm.
for my roller coaster designs. Like
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Atari and Nintendo. Well, not Nintendo. I'm just I can't just do that game on controller. I really try, and I'm like, you know what? This is when PC wins. When there are just some games that you so accustomed to the PC controllers, and it feels so good, and then you
Mhm.
try to use it with the man controllers, and it's just like this is not good. This doesn't control well. I think
Yeah.
with a
Well,
stylus, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I wonder if they'll have a Switch 2 patch for that. Not like an upgrade pack, but just like
Yeah,
a patch that allows you to use the Joy-Con as a
Joy-Con
mouse,
stylus.
right?
I hope
And like,
so.
I don't know if you saw, but PowerA and GameStop are both making like uh quote unquote classic mouse accessories that you plug your Joy-Con into, and
Uh
it's
huh.
just a mouse.
Yeah, I seen pictures of that. But I didn't get confirmation on it. Um, and everything, which I think we expected that to come. We just didn't know who was going to be doing it and
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I mean,
because I just
we'll see, right? I mean,
like
it's
because like Civilization 7 and PC games that need a mouse and everything. I kind of feel like that you, with that kind of control, you actually need a mouse in your hand because it's more comfortable and more effective in that use.
mhm. Yeah. It's definitely something to consider.
So I wonder, hey Nick, while you in the chat, would you ever
I'm mad at
make?
Nick right now. He's banned for 30 minutes from
No, he's not.
talking.
No, you're not,
Chat seems
Nick.
to think he is.
No, I said he's not banned, and I won't allow it. Everybody, I will say this, Nick, would you and the team ever make a Beyond WASD like mouse pad or cover for your mouse? because I would like to have one. I need Corey to make one for Boss Rush and Power Block, so I could just be like, I need this in this color, this one in this color.
Look, I'm trying. I'm working on it. Should we rebrand to Nintendo Pow Block 2 when the Switch 2 comes out?
Oh,
No, we're not doing that. Can't do it. Maybe when we leave Boss Rush eventually at some point, we're rebranded Pow Block 2.
Well, a month after we leave or something.
Yeah,
be like, LeBron, it's all in your hands. Bye, everybody.
No, LeBron said if we leave, he's leaving.
Then Stephanie's leaving and David is leaving. So none of us Boss Rush is probably gonna be leaving and coming along with us.
I'm just kidding. I'm kind of stuck though. He got a launch Switch for let's see. What did you get it for, Nick? What could you possibly be playing on a Switch? The Doom's not there. Well, I guess technically it is through backwards compatibility. Although Bethesda games seemingly are having startup issues. If you go to Nintendo's website, they have a whole list of games that like don't work or are not compatible. Games that work but aren't recommended because the Joy-Cons don't work correctly, like Ring Fit Adventure and Nintendo Switch Sports. Like you will have to pair Switch 1 Joy-Cons to it to make it work because of the infrared thing on the Joy-Con.
Or Switch 2.
Yeah. And then there are a bunch of games that have quote unquote startup issues, which I don't know what that means. It doesn't say exactly what it is, but like a lot of Bethesda games on there. Skyrim, both Doom games and both Wolfenstein games are all on there. So I wonder if they'll get Switch upgrade packs though. Or knowing Microsoft, they might just upgrade for free, honestly.
I'm assuming, and it's not because of the day one patch, right? Is it just something they've been trying?
I mean, it's the same thing that PlayStation. They kind of have to say these things legally, right?
Okay.
There could be no problems at all, right? PlayStation did the same thing. They had a whole list of PlayStation 4 games that were like, they don't work like they work on PlayStation 4, but most of them were fine. I think there was like 10 games that didn't work on PlayStation 5 total.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I don't know if they ever resolved that or not, but I don't even remember which games they were, so I guess it really doesn't matter.
And I think I'm with you with Microsoft Bethesda. I think they would do a patch to get everything right. Because Microsoft is some tech wizards. I'm not going to even lie about that. And I think they would take the time to be like, okay, we want to make sure that we get this right so people who play on it, they could get a better experience. So they also may be doing some quality of life stuff for it. Like for Doom and Wolfenstein,
yeah,
come on, Bethesda, give me Wolfenstein 3. Like I need a third.
Machine Games just canceled a project. Did you see that? Nobody seems to know what it is, but they just canceled their project. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm wondering if it was like, I don't know. We can talk about it later because we have so much to talk about.
Goodness.
I do think Microsoft will support Switch 2 heavier than people think at the moment.
I think Nintendo fans are going to support Microsoft for this because, we talked about it before, and we're going to move on to our little things that we got to show off. Is that just Nintendo Microsoft just works so good, and I think their relationship, just from the outside looking in, just looks really good, having their games on it and Nintendo allowing them to do like special stuff like with the Mario Minecraft stuff. I think that's really cool and everything, and that benefits Microsoft because good sale numbers help them as a business and help their budget. Now, Corey, when you text me about Hellblade 2 is coming to Switch too, right?
There's a rumor. It hasn't officially been announced, but there's a rumor that there's a rumor that essentially anything not called Halo and Gears at this point are coming to
Mm.
Xbox or coming to Switch 2 at some point.
Cause I swear, hey, you know what my response was when you told me that
I know.
news.
I
I'm like,
so yeah, I didn't even put that in the news, but I guess we should talk about it now before we get into Family news because it's not that big of a story yet.
yeah,
But you know, Hellblade 2 is rumored to be getting a limited run physical edition for Xbox and PlayStation, but they're also possibly doing a physical run of the first game for Switch. Uh, I'm conflicted, Ed, because you know how I feel about limited run.
I know, but I'm like, I for me personally, I definitely need that physical for Xbox. Like, even though I own the
mhm,
game, I need it. Like,
yeah.
this is like probably I still feel like one of the Series X like top tier games, like number one game for that whole system. I would get Hellblade for Switch because I own it. I own it on all consoles, and I would just love a copy for Switch, and definitely be able to play a Switch 2 and stuff. And plus, if they have it at PAX West, if Limited Run's gonna be there, I'll be like, can I get that? I'm like, oh, it's a media hour. I need to hurry up get to Limited Run. I need y'all to get these games to me, baby. I need to spend about $160, and Hellblade 1 needs to be one of them.
I think it also depends on what the collector's edition looks like because that's going to be inevitable. I think, right,
Mm-hmm.
from them. Man, I really don't want to pay limited run any money, but
I, all I
uh,
know is that you got my reaction for
mhm.
that, and
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
like,
look,
yeah,
every company breaks someone at some point, right? Um,
because
so
like, yeah, because me and you like were on the same level. Be like, oh, this is a must. Like, I'm sorry, this is a must. I mean, I think PlayStation fans will definitely benefit because it's going to be their first release uh of that game for that system, so they get the chance of having it digital and physical. Um,
mhm.
but like this game just uh like if like for Series X, like yeah, I just need this physically. I just to have, even though I have it, even though I beat it, there may come a time where I just want to revisit the game or something, and like my copy is there to remind me, like yeah, you own this game. Come visit the world again. Come fall in love with the characters and the music and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Also, shout out. We crossed 100 live viewers for a hot second. Now we're at 98, but shout out to that.
yes,
People like Switch 2, apparently. Not us, just Switch 2.
yes. Well, Corey, did you want to get into our show and tell?
Yeah, just real quick. I don't know if you have something to show off,
I do.
but I found these really cheap on eBay and I bought one because I wanted to make sure the quality was okay. And the quality's pretty good except for this one. Here's the thing. It said new on eBay, right? And you got to be careful with those sometimes, but everything looked normal in the picture, right? Like in the box, whatever. When it came to my house, the box was clearly open. The stuff was just kind of thrown in the box, and this had clearly been played with and or posed several times for a display or something. So I called the guy out on it, and they're refunding me 50%, which is fine because the quality is still like relatively nice. But uh, the I'll explain in a second. But I got 1990 movie Ninja Turtle Leonardo uh, figure. It's from NECA, which their quality is usually hit or miss anyway. But because I bought a bunch of Gears collectors figures from them, and they all broke just standing there. So, uh, but I found them for $21.99 a piece with free shipping. So The quality's fine. It has a loose leg also, which really bothers me. I don't know really how to fix that either, but um, it's it's okay. It's just gonna sit on my shelf, so I'm not gonna like go beg for another one or anything. But yeah, that's my weekly pickup. I'm really happy with it. I like it a lot. Remember when we were talking about those 12-inch ones like a year and a half ago, Ed?
Yes.
Uh, those ones are still like $200 a piece. I'm like,
Oh
no,
no.
I'll get this. I'll get the 7-inch one for $21 and call it a day. Here's the thing, though. I thought it was just the 4 turtles. There's a Splinter and a Casey Jones one too, and there is an April one too. But once you start getting to like quote unquote human people with these toys, they start looking kind of weird because they're posable, right? Like their ankles and their feet look strange, and I don't know. It's not good. But yeah, I might have to get those too. Casey Jones is the best. So yeah, that's what I picked up this week. I'm gonna probably buy more.
Nice. Well, everybody, I had to order this one. If you guys follow me, you might have seen the picture.
I don't follow you,
but yeah, you do, but um,
but I don't like you.
but,
So no, Twitter only likes to show me things that I don't follow.
oh wow, I think that's it for everybody on that website.
It's
So, I've seen people like getting it and stuff. But I got the 100 line Last Defense Academy limited edition.
Oh,
I ordered
I did see you
yeah,
post this
yeah,
somewhere.
I actually ordered this from Marvelous. So this is XC Aniplex Tokyo games. And everything. And I know there's been stories about like the developers who've been making this game, like they kind of like spend a lot of their finances to get this out, and they kind of like on the verge of bankruptcy and having to shut it down. And so I knew I wanted the game, but I just at the time couldn't get it, because I was looking for the collector's edition, and like none of the stores had it, or I don't think any of the stores is offering a pre-order. So when I seen Marvelous have it in stock, I went and ordered it from it. It includes the game exclusive outer box, which is this one, everybody. A 3D acrylic diorama, 15 character art cards, metal collector's pin, lenticular art card, 80-page art book, Defense Academy short novel, and the original soundtrack on the CD. And everybody said it's such a great game. Um, and so I definitely am excited to play this game for it. But I was so happy to get it from Marvelous, because I thought Marvelous would be sold out of it. No, they had copies, so I was happy to get it. And it didn't really take that long to come in. So yeah, that is my pickup. Next week I'll show you guys my Pipistrello and Curse Yo-Yo when it drops and everything. Yeah. And now and I'm ready for that, and I'm ready for my Read Only magazine physical copy because I pre-ordered that. So shout out to Celeste.
Yeah. Shout out.
Well, Corey, you ready? You
No.
got your drink?
No.
You need a swig? You need to get your energy?
Nope. Let's just do it.
All right.
Let's just do it.
Okay, everybody, get ready. It is time for Femi News. Corey, take it away, because when you say we got a lot, we got some hotness to get through.
There's a lot. Not gonna lie to you, there's a lot. All right. So we're gonna talk about some Switch 2 stuff, kind of Nintendo stuff in the news first, and then we're gonna talk about some developer stuff, and then we'll get into all the Switch 2 stuff. because I know that's what everybody's here for. That's what everybody wants to hear. And yeah, let's go into this. Nintendo has refreshed their Nintendo Switch Online trailer with Switch 2 footage. Nintendo's updated its Switch Online trailer to showcase the upcoming Switch 2 console, featuring glimpses of Mario Kart World, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and the new game chat feature, Press C to chat. Who owns that? Me. The trailer also highlights the expanded library of classic games, including a new GameCube collection exclusive to Switch 2 Nintendo Switch Online, including Soul Calibur 2 with Link and F-Zero and the Wind Waker, along with already available services like Nintendo Music, cloud saves, etc. The trailer offers a preview of the enhanced online experience arriving with Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day. Ed, I don't know if you watched this trailer, but definitely Nintendo over explaining themselves some more, really hitting home that they do not want a Wii to Wii U situation again. They are incredibly over explaining themselves. This is a Nintendo Switch Online trailer, right? It's like 6 minutes long. I'm like, what could you possibly be saying about Nintendo Switch Online for 6 minutes?
Look, Dave just want to make sure people understand from point A to point Z. This is what it is. This is what you're getting. No ands, ifs, buts, your expectations. No, this is what it is, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like some people need some stuff to be over explained so they can comprehend and get it.
Yeah, it's I mean, I get it to an extent, right? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who may be getting Switch 2 instead of Switch 1, and there's a lot of stuff that, or maybe they're getting Switch 1s for their kids or family members or something because they're probably going to be cheaper soon, and like, you know, it's there's stuff you got to know that's, I don't know, maybe mom wants one, right? Maybe mom wants a Switch Lite because she wants to play that Super Mario Brothers on that Switch Online, and you got to make sure everybody knows what's going where.
That's my mom.
Oh man. So I don't know. It's fine. I think it's good to have an updated trailer at least, but 6 minutes, man. That's
Hey, they want everything to be out there. Well, you can't be mad at them. Everybody was just like, well, we want to hear Switch 2 news. We want to hear from Nintendo. They've been quiet. Now they're talking. They're talking for 6 minutes.
Yeah. Anyways, I think I upset Nick.
No, he's watching. No, he's watching the game. There's a game that's on.
Oh, hockey started, right? There's Champions League soccer started recently.
Detroit.
Oh, he's watching MLS Detroit, the soccer stuff. Okay, or
yeah.
or maybe there's a baseball game. I don't know. Nick's into all kinds of things, so he's
just Nick, I love you. You're just an amazing person.
Yeah, we gotta have Nick on the show soon. I'm not sure how much he wants to talk about Nintendo, but sure we gotta get him on.
I gotta message him and be like, I want him to talk to him. Yeah. I'll message him.
Yeah. It's definitely Switch Online, everybody. Switch Online. All right, let's move along. I don't care about Switch Online. I mean, I do, but I already know what I need to know.
You already know.
Most people that listen to the show, I almost didn't even put this in the news because I think the people that listen to this show know what, have a good idea of what Nintendo Switch Online is.
I just want to play the GameCube stuff and just order a pizza.
I refuse to play Wind Waker until Wind Waker HD comes out. I'm boycotting.
I may just have to go.
I'm plugging my Wii U back in. I'm going to stream Wind Waker from the Wii U tablet.
Oh no! Even though I do love that game, and everything.
It's still
Oh,
plugged in. It's right there. Do you see it?
yeah, I see it.
Yeah, still
I
still hanging out.
everybody I just want to revisit. There's two things I want to revisit in Wind Waker. And yes, I could do this on Wii U. But I've seen it first on GameCube. That one particular fight in the castle and the ghost boss in Wind Waker.
Dude, it's been
Two of my favorite parts in that game.
it's been so long since I played Wind Waker. I don't remember any of it. Like I really don't remember any of it. I remember some parts, right, but nothing like
Mhm.
I don't. Anyways, let's move on before I start having a meltdown about Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess not being on Switch yet.
Ah,
Specifically Twilight Princess. By the way, I'm really mad about who I don't know where I saw it or who posted it, but somebody was talking about a hypothetical Twilight Princess sequel taking place in the Twilight realm, and I got really upset because I'm like, yes, I'm gonna cry because I would love that.
in other words, we need that demo to come
Yeah,
back and be a real game.
we need something, man.
But I think the Zelda team is. I think they're in pre-production. I think they're having discussions about it.
I mean, I'm sure they are. I mean,
For it.
Tears of the Kingdom's been out for 2 years.
I
Can
know,
you
but
believe
I'm
that game's
like,
been out for 2 years already? Jeez. I can't
yeah,
believe that game's been out for 2 years.
but I'm just like, dang, what is Nitty and Monolith Soft doing?
I mean,
Like
Monolith's probably working on a new RPG, right? I would assume.
their new IP, they should be working on that. But I'm just like, I'm like, I can't wait to see what y'all do with this power. A new one of them, I'm like, y'all about to clown, I'm just, it's going to probably be about the fourth year at this when Switch 2 is in, I won't say in their prime, but it's just out. Man, I think their just next Zelda game is going to be crazily good. I'm like, y'all clown. Oh yeah,
Something. Um, Anyways, we're moving on. I can't.
yes,
I can't. I can't talk about Twilight Princess right now. Uh, Nintendo is listed as a Summer Game Fest partner for the first time, making this the first time all three major first parties will be at the event at the same time. The last time they were all on stage together, Ed, I think was the Game Awards that year that Phil, Reggie, and Sean Layden were all on stage together. I think was
yes,
like the last time because they skipped E3 the following year to do their own thing, right?
yes.
And then Nintendo obviously started doing the directs. So
I mean, they were still at E3 for their presentations. I mean, for like their talks and stuff.
yeah, but
Like the demo place, the
yeah,
treehouse stuff.
yeah.
But like their presentations, Nintendo started doing their own thing. Especially last year when Nintendo just dominated the Summer Direct and made Summer Game Fest look crazy. Because on how hot that Nintendo Direct was. I think
Mhm.
that was um I think that was Zelda, more Mario Wonder, and then I think that was the Capcom versus Marvel All Star Collection. I believe they showed.
Mhm.
I was just watching that summer direct from Nintendo, and just like, oh, they just put the whole Summer Game Fest like the whole situation to shame with this 140-minute presentation. Okay, Nintendo, we see what you're doing.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm really interested to see. I mean, this is probably where they're gonna show off some. I mean, I wonder if they're going here to show off things they've already shown off, or if they're going here to show off new things. Because sometimes I feel like the directs are for new things, and then when they do stuff like this
Mhm.
or Gamescom, it's to show off things that have already been announced. Or I don't know though.
I,
It's
I,
different because they're launching a console, so they probably want to get out everywhere as much as they can, right? To just show the
yeah,
console off, and show
I
that.
think
I also wonder if they're gonna. I wonder if they're gonna show off third party games on this thing at these things because obviously Nintendo isn't exactly known for running third party games great.
I mean, I think they will. I think the summer direct forum is going to be for like the fall and some of the holiday. Because the only one that's 2026 at this time is Kirby and everything. So I think we'll probably see something, definitely a lot of first party stuff. Like Pokemon Legends, ZA. We'll see. We'll probably see Donkey Kong, because I think by the time that the rec comes out, Donkey Kong won't be out yet because Donkey Kong is in July. So they may show more. It's gonna be probably some hidden reveals. It may be some we may well so it's gonna be up to Microsoft if they do Silk Song. I think if Microsoft get the Silk Song kind of trailer, I don't think we'll see it in
Well, Nintendo
Nintendo
showed it
Direct.
first, and Nintendo showed it. They showed it again. Nintendo just showed it. Didn't Nintendo
For
just show Silk Song?
they showed it in a montage,
I mean,
but Silk Song also got shown in Microsoft stuff and talked
well,
about
it's because
more.
it's a day one Game Pass game. Microsoft really wants people to know that that game is coming to Game Pass day one.
Hmm.
They really want people to know that game's coming to Game Pass.
Right, and so I think I I think the thing was, and this is based on assumption. I think somehow Microsoft got the marketing kind of exclusive for it and everything. But and Nintendo, I think when they did it in the direct, I think it was just a montage when they was just showing the montage of games that's coming to the system and everything. Um, I think that's what's happening. I think if Microsoft is since they're doing Game Pass day one, I think they want to heavily get people to come to their console to play over anyone else's and everything.
Well, yeah.
So
I mean, it's also coming to PC Game Pass, so
yeah.
Microsoft seems to not care about their box. Let's be honest. As much as I hate to say that, they just I mean, that's one of the stories we're talking about later is they pause their handheld, but we're going to talk about that later. Um Regardless, I'm excited for Nintendo to be at Summer Game Fest. I wonder what they're going to show there. It kind of has me excited that they're going to show something newish there, right?
Hmm.
Like I don't think you go to Summer I'm going to be honest, I don't think you go to Summer Game Fest to not show something.
So is it just the presentation of Summer Game Fest that they're going to be in?
They are listed as a Summer Game Fest partner, so they are going to be in that presentation at one point or another.
Okay,
My
because
guess my guess would be they're probably going to show a little bit more Donkey Kong because I feel like there are people that aren't sold on that game yet. And I think Donkey Kong is not not this game in particular, but just the character for
uh-huh.
some reason I feel like is really a hard sell in the West. Uh I don't know. It just feels like there are Donkey Kong people and then there are Mario people and then there are Banjo people, but I feel like there are a lot more Mario and Banjo people than there are. Uh,
So it feels like the discussion or the talk about it has been the design of this Donkey Kong compared to the past. So I think with people not knowing much of the game because of just
mhm,
that one trailer showing a little bit of what the game has,
mhm,
there's not a breakdown on what you can actually do to it. I think once more information come out that talk about or discourse about the character of model of Donkey Kong will go away, and people might be like, you know what, I am interested in this game. Oh, that's cool that they got a level like this. Oh,
mhm,
I think most people see more of that, and it gets to talking about it more.
mhm.
Um, I think that discussion will go away. I think it's just going to be more information. If anything, I probably agree with you. I think Donkey Kong is going to be on the stage, and they talk more about it and stuff. Um,
Yeah, I think the redesign got a lot of people talking about it at least, whether they like it or not. They're, you know, the old saying is all press is good press type thing.
mhm.
And then that has people looking it up, obviously, and then people watching gameplay and making the red faction gorilla jokes, right? Like that's pretty funny.
I just started hearing that now.
Yeah,
Uh,
I saw it the day they showed it off uh on Twitter somewhere. but
I
it's
I didn't
funny.
I didn't get it. I think I was just uh it was just cool to see Donkey Kong in a 3D platform. And that what registered to me. Like, Red Faction did not come to mind at all for me.
Well, I think it's just the play on the words, right? Because you can clearly destroy things in that
Uh,
game, right? And you can clearly destroy a lot of things, and obviously Donkey Kong is a gorilla, so it's funny. Anyways, it's fine. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna show. It's weird. It'd be one thing if they like have been going to this, and you could kind of have
mhm.
an idea of like what their pattern is to show and not show and whatnot. But like, it's still like, what are you gonna show? You know?
Because Microsoft and Sony is going to be on stage to show something, right? Or are they just partners?
I don't know. Maybe we'll get some sort of like the you know what I think actually, now that I'm kind of thinking about it, I wonder if we're going to get the first discussion about the Zelda movie, because that's a Sony partner thing and not a Nintendo directly thing, right?
Outside of the rumor about one of our stories that we will get to later.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I
I
think
mean,
Nitty and Sony staying quiet about
yeah, I
that.
mean, I feel like that's definitely a direct thing, but like since Sony's involved and they're both there, I wonder if they would, and I know it's not PlayStation directly, but
Hmm.
I don't know. It seems like a possibility, not like a huge
I,
possibility, but it seems like it's not out of the
I
question.
I think we gotta wait to see if Miyamoto comes out and starts talking, because the way Miyamoto did the Mario movie and stuff, we start
Mhm.
to learn more about it. And I
Yeah.
think once Miyamoto comes out to talk about the Zelda movie, we will find out about it and everything. Because right now, for Sony, it's between Ghost of Yotai or it's going to be Wolverine from Insomniac. Is those the only two ones that we know at this time? Um, of course, Naughty Dog's game too. But because we haven't seen anything for Wolverine, Ghost of Yotai is coming out soon. I think Sony wants to focus on either of those, and I think Wolverine will probably be their best bet because um we need to see something from Sony for Wolverine. Some people get hyped up about it, and plus Sony still trusts Insomniac and their vision that they have planned for this game. So um I think that's what Sony would do. I would love for Miyamoto. I mean, that would be Jeff Keighley's biggest get, is to have Miyamoto to come out and talk about the Zelda movie.
Yeah, I mean, that would be pretty big, right? So, I don't know. Marine Gamer 12 in the chat says maybe second party games like Duskbloods and their third party support. I mean, maybe. I mean,
Mhm.
I guess that would make sense, right? Like he has a Jeff Keighley has a pretty decent relationship with FromSoft and Square, it seems. So I don't think that's out of the question. Unless there's like like third party exclusives or second party style stuff. I wonder. Like I really don't I really don't know, right? Unless there's like some special version of Dragon Quest 12 or some I I don't know. I don't know.
I think the only way to actually tell is probably by the third or fourth trailer when when the show actually happens. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the thing that we've been having with Summer Game Fest that's kind of made people like roll their eyes at it is that a lot of that stuff has been just CG trailers and barely any gameplay. And so if we're seeing a lot of CG trailers, there's going to be an assumption that Nintendo is going to probably, they may show off a game, an exclusive game, but it may not be a big name for Summer Game Fest, and it might just be a trailer. So something that's
Yeah.
like coming soon, and that might be a partner thing. Like, oh, here's
Yeah.
bam,
Yeah,
here's Sega,
it could all just be advertising, like you said. Yeah, that's I mean, how
because
how how much advertising did like Tencent and Genshin Impact have during during Game Awards, right? Like stuff like
Right.
that. So like if Nintendo is a partner, quote unquote, like every break in Summer Game Fest might just have a Nintendo ad.
Right. Because I mean, of course, Jeff Keighley wants the big thing from Nintendo, but you know, I go back to the Game Awards when Smash was when Joker came to Smash and how big that was, and when Nintendo presence was there and all of this big stuff was coming, people was hyped. Like Jeff Keighley want to reclaim that magic, but how do you do it at the Summer Game Fest, or do you do it for the summer not Summer Game Fest Summer Game Fest, and you do it for the Game Awards? And will Nintendo do it for both? Because I know Jeff Keighley probably had to do a lot trying to convince Nintendo to show anything or be a partner for them. And like you said, this is a conservative Nintendo. This is a different Nintendo from the past. So a lot can happen. Like what I would love to see if it'd be like they come announce a game, Sega, Platinum Games, Nintendo, and it's Vanquish 2. And just see, I'm like, okay, how many people
Or
remember
Astral Chain 2.
that? Yeah.
That sounds like a Summer Game Fest slash
You
Game
you
Awards
know what?
style
I'm not
announcement.
I'm really not mad about that if it's Astral Chain 2.
They did say it was gonna originally supposed like it was designed to be part of a trilogy, right? Like,
Yeah. I wouldn't be mad, and people have said that they enjoy Astral Chain 2, and people are excited to play a second one. I think that would definitely give us confidence that Nintendo and Platinum Games still have a great relationship. And it'll be their announcement will be close to the release, a couple of months release for Ninja Gaiden 4.
right.
So
Well,
not only Microsoft was winning, but Nintendo was winning.
Nintendo owns the IP, right? And
Yes.
the producer or the director just opened that new studio, right? I mean, they could work
Yes.
with him again, like
Th-
I mean, but the game
They
would have to be somewhat for Nintendo to show it. They don't want a Bayonetta 3 slash Metroid Prime 4 situation again. So that game would probably almost have to be done for them to announce it. But I mean, it's
yes,
been how long is it? I don't even know how long it's been since Astral Chain.
it's been probably about 4 years and everything. Um,
I mean,
because Astro
2019.
it's in 2019.
Yeah, because it came out during that time where like all the games were coming out.
Because
Remember, it was Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Fire
it was
Emblem,
in
Daemon
it was
X,
in August, right?
Daemon X
Yeah,
Machina, and then Astral Chain, and then Zelda, and it was like that big string in 2019 where they had
because
games
that's
every 3 to 6
because
weeks.
it got announced in March, that March direct, and didn't nobody know about it because it just came out of nowhere. It didn't. Yeah, it released that year. Yeah, man, that 2019 summer schedule was bunkers.
Yeah,
Oh my.
you know what else they could do there is they could say, Astral Chain is getting a Switch 2 update or whatever, and then tease Astral Chain 2 at
Oh,
the
I
end,
would love that. Oh,
like
heck yeah.
now in development or whatever, right? Like they always do for Zelda. They're like, the next Legend of Zelda is now in development or whatever, right? Like they always
Mm.
do that. And then it's like 5 years later and they're like, Zelda.
Well,
It's
they did say be like, but they did say it was in development. They didn't say how long.
Link shoots guns this time.
Oh, good googly
He's going
moogly
to
if that
space.
happened.
He's going to the moon
Uh,
to crash Bowser's next wedding.
Wait,
What?
what Smash game is this?
Don't worry
Because I
about it.
would definitely pay $80
Definitely the
for
wrong one.
that.
It's definitely the one that you downloaded through some emulator that maybe you shouldn't be downloading.
We would leave that discussion alone then.
Uh, Smashing indeed. Anyways, our next story, a little bit of a downer. Playtonic has announced layoffs as the industry continues to get hit with them. UK-based developer Playtonic Games, a bunch of X. For those who don't know, Playtonic is a bunch of X Rare employees who formed a studio. They made a game called Ukulele that is kind of like Banjo Kazooie, at least in its heart. It doesn't quite play like it. But they announced layoffs affecting several team members due to challenges such as funding difficulties and future projects. The underperformance of titles under its Platonic Friends publishing label and rising operational costs, as well as a lower than expected interest in the upcoming Yuko Replay remaster. Yeah, I don't know why they're remastering it, honestly. Unless they're like adding stuff. We'll get into that in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
The studio expressed deep regret over the decision and praised departing staff, encouraging other companies to consider hiring them. You can read their full statement on Blue Sky or on their website.
Yeah, I read that letter. It was
A
really
little
thoughtful.
sad. Um, I think Ukulele, the first, I mean, we think Impossible Lair, the second one, is an amazing 2D
Oh
platformer.
yeah,
If you like Donkey Kong Country, like even if you don't, you should play that game. That game is awesome. It is
it's
so
top
good.
tier. It's
It is
it's
better.
literally top tier.
Look, I think it's better than both Donkey Kong Country games that Rare made. So, or that Retro Studios made. To be honest with you,
That's
I think it's
that
awesome.
that one might be questionable and debatable,
You're
but
questionable and debatable.
I just said it may be. I didn't say that I feel that it's questionable and debatable.
Uh,
I'm keeping my mouth shut about that.
mm, it's but that first one was like the thing about the first one was like they kickstarted it right. This was
Mm-hmm.
before crowdfunding kind of, I don't know. It was in a weird spot for crowdfunding. Like obviously things like Shovel Knight and Hyperlight Drifter had different kickstarting things, right, and were very successful in their own way. But I think the promise of a new banjo game like this, right, in Ukulele,
Mm-hmm.
not hitting the mark quite as much as they hoped. Like, I think people bought it and they were excited for it, but then they played it and were like, "This is just fine," right? It didn't blow anybody away. Like, there's interesting things like the ways the levels changed when you went back to them, and kind of had this light Metroidvania feel to it, and it was interesting. It was fun. Shovel Knight cameo in there, which was fun, but it didn't blow anybody away. And I think you're going to remaster a game that's just okay, that didn't sell extremely well. Like,
I mean,
I get it. I get that there's not a lot of interest in this game. I I was gonna buy it to support the studio, but I'm not interested in replaying that game, honestly.
that's why it's surprising to me that they said there's no interest for this remaster. Um, and I wonder, was the interest more about, it said like switch families and not the game itself?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think once it's seeing like that Nintendo logo, but not saying Nintendo Switch or stuff, more people started talking about the game coming to that system than the game itself. So I wonder if that's the interest part that they're speaking of. That
Mm-hmm.
you guys most interested in, if it's coming to two consoles in the Switch family or to Nintendo, or or the game itself just remastering what we're doing doesn't doesn't matter in a sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wish them the best. I hope they find a way to do something, but at the end of the day, I think people are kind of over 3D platforming resurgence at the moment.
Mm.
And I think between Mario Odyssey and the Crash and Spyro remakes, and some pretty decent 3D platforms after that, right? Like what was that one that we always talk about, the Sonic Adventure style one with the yo-yos. Penny's Big Breakaway,
Oh, yeah.
right? I just think that people have had their fill, right? It's not like there's a new one coming out like Metroidvanias every other day, right? And like those games can always be kind of interesting or whatever. But 3D platformers, like as much as we like to say people like them, like that is just a very specific audience. It's why we don't have a new Banjo game. It's why we haven't had a new 3D Donkey Kong probably in 20 years, right? Like that's how it is. I feel bad, but there's a reason why Impossible Lair was better than the first one, right? People like 2D platformers, at least, I like 2D platformers much better than 3D platformers.
I like both.
Um,
But because I grew up being a platformer kind of kid and stuff.
mhm.
Now, I think where we both meet together is Super Mario 3D World. That will always be a top tier platformer. Like, no ands, it's a bus about that. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
And if you haven't played it, you need to. If you got a Switch, you need to go get you a copy and play that game.
Mhm. Yep. Dude, it was on Impossible Lair was $3 on sale the other day
Are you
on
serious? Where
on the eShop. $3.
is this?
I don't know if it is yet, and I don't know if it's still on sale, but like that game is on sale for $3 all the time.
I need to
So
check my system to see if I have it.
I
Because if
I
I don't,
I imagine on Steam it's on sale all the time too. So
I'm gonna see if I don't have the Switch version on it. Because I don't think I got the physical, and I don't think I bought it digitally for Nintendo. I think I got it digitally for Xbox because I got
yeah,
ukulele for Xbox.
I think we played it on Xbox when it initially came out because it didn't come to
Come on.
Switch yet, right? That was the thing.
Right? Yeah.
The first one definitely came to Switch late, and then the second one was not day and date with Switch, as I am remembering correctly.
It was later because I started when it did come out and it did get the physical. I was trying to get it at Best Buy, but they were sold out, and they have been
Mhm.
sold out since. I think at my local Best Buy.
Yeah.
So if I don't have it on Switch and it's still at that price, I'm gonna snag it there.
Mhm. Yeah. All right, our next story, Ed. Target is going to stock Switch 2 units on launch day. Well, not on launch day. Hold on. Let me just read the story. They're going to stock more Switch units, Switch 2 units alongside GameStop, Costco, Best Buy, and for some reason, Staples. Target has announced it will offer additional Switch 2 units for purchase online starting the morning of June 6th, including both the standard and Mario Kart World bundle available while supplies last. Additionally, on launch day, June 5th, customers can line up at Target stores for opening to receive tickets reserving a console. With ticketing continue until all are claimed or 10 minutes prior to the store opening. Other U.S. retailers are also expected to have limited in-store stock available on launch day. Cool. I mean, look, I
Yeah.
think Nintendo wants to get as many of these things in people's hands as possible before like the tariff stuff is implemented and they can't get enough consoles over here.
Right.
Because that's gonna, I think, inevitably this console and the PlayStation consoles are going to go up in price. I don't know, man. This is a weird era we're in, where console prices usually come down, and
Yeah.
now they're just going up. So I would recommend anybody that wants one, even if there's nothing to play on it right now, quote unquote, for you. I would still get one because it's never going to be cheaper. Honestly, I mean, it's Nintendo, so it's definitely never going to be cheaper. But
Right.
it's definitely not going to stay at this price, I feel, unless Nintendo sells enough units and they really feel like the software numbers they sell can outweigh the system cost to get here. So we'll see. But I mean,
Yeah.
look, the Xbox Series S costs as much as a PlayStation 5 base model now, so which is crazy.
And I have a feeling that it may be that even if people don't get the system, I think people gonna still like buy the games if they could buy them.
Yeah, I
So
mean, I'm sure people will buy games for it. I mean, I've already bought 3 games for it, so and the console's not even out. So,
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, that's if you want one, Target's going to have them as well as these other places. I would get in line if you want one. The Nintendo Switch app has gotten a major overhaul. Also, I know we talked about the trailer earlier, but the app has also got a overhaul in time for Switch 2 launch. It is now called the Nintendo Switch app, and it features friend profile viewing, online status notifications, and improved screenshot uploads up to 100 stored for 30 days. It also includes game chat invites, which you can do from your phone or the C button, obviously, and Zelda notes, which is a feature coming to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which those upgrade packs will be available the same day as the console. Neat. I mean, the Nintendo Switch app sucks. Honestly, it was not very good. It was like, oh, see your Splatoon stats. I'm like, no. And then obviously that's how you voice chatted with people, which was interesting. I don't know. I don't know if you use the Nintendo Switch app at all, but it's not.
Oh no.
It wasn't very good. I will probably use it for Zelda notes, though. Honestly, like I think I will try to see what that's like because I don't know. It's a new feature in Breath of the Wild, and I will just try it. Maybe they'll have an interactive Korok seed map where I can mark off the ones that I found.
Oh, good googly moogly. Would you go through that adventure again? Probably.
Yeah, I'm going to. I am definitely going to replay that whole game again. I'm going to do all the shrines. I'm going to find all the Koroks. Here's the thing, though. I know how to play the game now, so like it's definitely not going to take me as long as it did. So, yeah. Speaking of Zelda, Ed.
Yes.
There are plenty of rumors going around suggesting that actress and model Hunter Schafer is the frontrunner to play Princess Zelda in the live-action film. I don't know who this is, so sorry for everybody out there who does. Rumors are swirling around the upcoming live-action adaptation of The Legend of Zelda, with actress Hunter Schafer reportedly being considered for the role of Princess Zelda. Known for her performances in HBO's Euphoria and The Hunger Games, Schafer has previously expressed interest in portraying the iconic character, starting in 2022 red carpet interview where, quote, "it would be cool," and recalling playing the game during her childhood. While no official casting announcements have been made, the film is scheduled to release on March 26th, 2027, and is rumored to be part of a trilogy, also being filmed in New Zealand, which is where Lord of the Rings was filmed, so write that down. I imagine Nintendo wants this to be their Lord of the Rings. I'm going to be honest with you.
So, Corey,
I'm not done.
Okay.
Fans eagerly await further details as anticipation builds for this adaptation of the beloved franchise. Okay, I'm done now.
She is a transgender model. She made her acting debut as transgender high school student Jules Vaughn in the HBO teen drama television series Euphoria, which garnered her critical praise. She has since starred in films The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and Cuckoo. Yeah, she came to her parents. She came out to her parents as a gay boy. However, she started experiencing gender dysphoria in 8th grade and stuff like that. So yeah. So and I some people are trying to make it a big deal once again, trying to get attention.
Shocking.
Trying to get attention for it, but
shocking.
It's just, right now it's just a rumor. I wouldn't be mad if she played as Zelda.
I mean, she looks the part. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean,
right. And I may just need to hear her, and everything. See how her voice is. and just see would she go for like a Zelda voice um, or anything like that. But I think that's cool if it is true. And if she's interested and she could play the role,
Yeah.
down for it. I
Yeah, I
think
mean, I don't really care that she's transgender or not. She looks the part. Like especially if
yeah.
you're gonna like take the Twilight Princess aesthetic, which is I think clearly what they want to go for, right? Like that it seems
Hmm.
to be the most I don't want to say the most represented version of Zelda, but it's definitely the most I would say if you're going to do kind of a Lord of the Rings-esque style trilogy, that's the form of the Zelda you would want to take. Um, which and if they did like that Hunter Schafer looks just like that. Like I could see her in that the gown and the gloves and the
Okay.
cloak and like the big
Yeah.
sword, right? Like she looks the part. I'm not
I,
I'm not gonna lie to
I
you. I don't know like obviously I don't know what she like her delivery of Zelda what that would sound like or
right.
I don't know who
That's
she
why.
is either, right? Like I don't know what her acting skills are, right? I guess I could watch The Hunger Games or Euphoria, but I
I
don't.
mean, I would just need to hear the voice. The acting, it is what it is because it depends on what vision they're gonna go for this Zelda. So
Mhm.
portraying her like what she's gonna do, I could wait to see what the trailers release if she gets chosen. But I'm like, I want to hear the voice because she probably could pull off. Because of course, when I'm looking at her, I'm just like, yeah, I need to see you in that pink dress.
Mhm.
And or I need to see you cosplay in a Zelda costume, whichever game. Probably Twilight Princess. I will go for. I mostly would go for that because that feels like a more authentic representation of Zelda for a mature story in the
Yeah.
Zelda franchise and everything.
Yeah, I'm
I,
gonna I'm gonna this is gonna sound bad, but I'm gonna look up pictures of her just to see if there's something in her like similar to
yeah,
a Zelda look, right?
because I only just looked up Wikipedia and just to see how she looks and
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, I mean, dude, she definitely looks the part. Um, yeah, I could I could see her playing Zelda for sure.
Because
Um,
definitely, if she got the voice in the cadence
it,
for Zelda, I'm down for it.
yeah, it's her. So there's a picture on her website of her. If you go to hunter-schafer.com,
Hmm.
there's a picture of her right on the front of the uh it's not her website. It looks like a fan site, but anyways, there's a picture of her on the front page, like very prominent in the center. That's very clearly the closest you're going to see to her looking like Zelda without her actually being Zelda.
Hmm.
I think it looks. I think she looks just like her, to be honest. I think I mean, I was always like a big Florence Pugh cheerleader, right? But I that
Yeah,
would be if they were going for a Breath of the Wild style, uh, you know, look, right, and like that kind of demeanor and that kind of attitude. Um, more, I mean, I guess she could probably fit a Twilight Princess one too, but uh, I don't know. I think she looks the part. I think she is interesting.
yeah.
This would be an
So
interesting casting. I think also like this would be a pretty big statement from Sony and then Nintendo to Japanese centric companies historically who are
yeah,
historically pretty anti this stuff to have a trans woman play the titular character, right? Um, that would be a pretty bold statement for them and Hollywood in general. Uh,
but if she could do the job and surprise them, and definitely this is Sony.
mhm.
So Sony, I think has some say in it, and of course Nintendo's definitely controlling and looking at it and everything. And like we said, it's just a rumor. Um, it would kind of some people may be upset because of the transgender thing. That's on
Shocking.
them. I mean, that's on them and their feelings
Yeah.
and opinions about it. But I'm just like, once we see that trailer, like if she gets hired and we start seeing the trailer, we're gonna be like, oh, they made the right choice. Oh yeah, she got it down pat. People
Mhm.
are going to drive in droves to go see it because
Here's
it's a Zelda movie. That's what people want to
Mhm.
see. How this gets pulled off.
Yeah.
People always wanted a real life version of this game, so now they're getting a film adaptation. If they could all do the job, have a great script, a great fight cinematics, like the story is really powerful and stuff, everybody's gonna go in and watch it, and none of that
Mhm.
other stuff is gonna matter.
Right. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If she pulls this off and the movie's good, it's not going to matter, right? I think
Yeah.
especially fans of the game, as long as she does the job and the movie is not even great, as long as the movie is good and they pull it off, right?
Yes.
Then nobody's going to care. I don't think anybody's going to care. I think they're going to be like, "Look, the Zelda movie's awesome." Also, like we still don't know if the movie's going to center around Zelda either, right? like we
Exactly.
I think my opinion, it should definitely follow Zelda. And like, if you look at structurally the Lord of the Rings movies, don't tell anybody. I've never watched them all the way through, right? But I do know that there's a lot of storylines going on at the same time, right? And I assume what they want to do is they want to have at least one storyline follow Zelda and one storyline follow Ganondorf, right? I would assume, and then one follow Link. I would assume like those would be like kind of like the three stories you would follow throughout the the trilogy, if you will, and then it kind of comes to a head in the last movie, right? Like that's what I would assume. And then you get a big
Mhm.
Hyrule Warrior style battle. These portals open up and like a bunch of different Zeldas and Links come out, and
That's a Twilight part 4 kind
and
of
then
nonsense.
you get Midna, and then the Hyrule Warriors character. What's her name? The exclusive
I would
character.
literally be like, what is this movie?
Would be awesome. Actually, that'd
That's
probably
just
be pretty bad in a movie, but um, anyways,
that'd be
yeah,
the that'd be the hidden ending, like for a part 2 or something. Be like, what is okay. All
yeah.
right, Nancy.
All right, I'm looking at her Instagram now, and like, there's a lot of looks on here that I think she could definitely at
Do it.
least pull off the look of Zelda, in my opinion. Um, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about it. I think she definitely looks the part, especially if they're going for Twilight Princess. So, all right,
Yeah.
let's move on. Um, where are we at here? All right. Let's I know people love it when we talk about Xbox on a Nintendo show, but here we go. Microsoft has reportedly paused development of their first party Xbox handheld, originally anticipated for release around 2027, to focus on optimizing Windows 11 for third party gaming handhelds and collaborating with partners like Asus on devices like an Xbox branded Project Keenan, which was leaked as like a Xbox branded ROG Ally, it seems like, um, which added handles to it and makes it look atrocious. That console, I think that console actually looks really nice. The
Hmm.
black one specifically,
Yeah.
the ROG Ally X, but it's also $900. So I'm like, I'm not buying that. That's like
Exactly.
15 Switch games. um, this strategic shift aims to enhance the handheld gaming experience through software improvements rather than proprietary hardware, allowing Microsoft to remain competitive in the growing handheld market without directly challenging devices like Nintendo Switch 2 or Steam Deck. Despite shelving its own handheld plans for now, Microsoft continues to invest in handheld gaming technology for potential future projects. I mean, this just further tells me that like they clearly see that the Xbox isn't selling and that they don't want to waste their time on R&D with a handheld because they feel
Right.
like they've already wasted it on the next console. I don't know. I think I think this is Xbox's last console, and I don't even know if it's going to be a proper console. I think it's going to be a console user friendly Xbox branded PC that sits under your TV. I think that's what they want. I think their last hurdle is backwards compatibility with 360 and original Xbox. I literally think that's the only hurdle they're trying to figure out.
Well, I think, with them trying to focus in on the OS stuff for the handhelds, or like for Asus and all of that stuff, I think that's good for them. I think Microsoft probably realized there's a lot of competition, and pretty much for a lot of their games, like you could do that on Steam Deck or other handhelds like through Game Pass and stuff like that. So I don't think for Microsoft it's a rush to get their own handheld out when they have options. If they're gonna say play anywhere, they literally need to stand by that motive and just whatever is out there and that's working for them, just let it be out there and work for them. There's no rush for them to get into the handheld space for their games or anything. I mean, and plus, you always sorry about that. You already making money off selling games on Nintendo, PC, and for PlayStation. And the reports for those games that came out on those systems or those platforms have reported good sales and good business for them. So they don't have to be in a rush to do anything. If they want to focus on Windows 11, focus on Windows 11.
Yeah, I think. I mean, what I've heard is that Windows 12 is just going to have an Xbox OS in it. From what I've been hearing, they're just going to have, if you want to play games, they're just going to have the Xbox OS built into Windows 12. When you click on the Xbox app, right, and it's just going to bring up like you would see on your Xbox Series console. It's just going to bring up that UI, right? And if they want to, and I'm sure you're going to be able to import your Steam library into that app if you want, right? And that way they can have the best of both worlds, essentially, of like, hey, we're in the PC market, but you can also bring your Xbox games over here, and you're not going to lose any compatibility. I think they're going to lose. I think they're going to lose a lot of people who just want a console to plug in and play, right?
Yeah. Have they spoken about Windows 12 yet, or anything, or is it just
not publicly? Not publicly, but I think they're going
still working
soon.
on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're going too soon.
Because I haven't even thought about Windows like 12. I don't even think about Windows 11.
I don't even think about Windows. I'm a Mac user, so I gotta say. I was also tired of PC people trying to shove PC gaming. Oh, just build a PC. Just build a PC. Nah. Oh, just build a PC. It only costs $1,700. Oh, then you got to buy the monitor you're going to play on and your graphics card and
the graphic card always changing, every 1 or 2 months.
Yeah. Not into it, man. Not into it. Yeah, I mean, look, if you're into PC gaming, I'm not trying to hate on what you love. It's not for me, and I think a lot of quote unquote normal gamers just want to like plug in the console and play a game without fiddling with the settings and not wanting to figure out drivers and what platform I'm using. Am I using NVIDIA or am I using AMD? Am I using Intel? Like all these different pieces and parts may or may not fit together. And like, I just,
I said, I'm good with my consoles.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to like, I think it's too complicated juggling 3 consoles as it is. I was really looking forward to an Xbox handheld though, man. Like
you were.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I really was looking forward to an Xbox handheld, like a real Xbox handheld. But hey, it's okay. It's it is what it is at the moment. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say. It's just a bummer. But I also think that like I think they found a good partner with ROG, and ROG obviously knows what they're doing because the ROG Ally is relatively successful in those terms. So, it's we'll see. We'll see. It's my favorite. We'll see. Speaking of we'll see. We'll see Nintendo Switch 2 next week, and Nintendo has updated the file sizes on their Switch 2s, Switch 2 games ahead of launch. So this isn't exactly big news, but it does lead into our Pack Watch conversation. So Nintendo has updated the estimated file size for their games, including Mario Kart on Switch 2, decreasing it from 23.4 gigs to 21.9 gigs as reflected in its official listing. This adjustment is part of a broader effort to optimize storage efficiently on the new console. Adding changes include an increase in Nintendo Classics GameCube app from 3.5 gigs to 5.1 gigs, a reduction in Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour from 2 gigs to 1.6 gigs, and an update to Kirby and the Forgotten Land upgrade pack, which is now listed at only 11 gigs. So that's a pretty small game, considering a lot of games that run in 4K and 60 frames a second on the other consoles are like 80 to 120 gigs. Dude, I was looking at the Destiny file size the other day on my Xbox.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Good.
You know that game is 160 gigs.
Ooh.
Like, oh my gosh.
That's the main game and all the DLC included.
Yeah, well, it's even if you just played the main game, you still download all the DLC even if you don't own them, because they add assets to the game that you can go explore, right? So like it's it's just like basically when you buy it, you're just unlocking an unlock code at that point.
A mess.
It's so bad. Yeah, I mean, even small games are like 40 and 50 gigs. So the fact that Kirby is 11 gigs and Mario Kart's only 21, 22 essentially, right? Like it's good.
Very impressive.
Yeah. I wonder. I also saw a statistic that both Zelda games are also both under 30 gigs. I think Breath of the Wild's like 26 or something, and Tears of the Kingdom's 29 point something.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I think I'm going to do is keep the Nintendo centric games on my console, and then the third party stuff on the SD cards. Probably.
That makes sense. Well,
I mean, I guess it just all depends, but
because normally when like my indie stuff and my like digital stuff that I download, whether it is Nintendo or and stuff like that, I just throw it all on my I throw it all on my SD card before I throw it on my system, and everything.
Yeah, I would like to get a bigger SD card at some point, but we'll see
when they come more available. Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I would like to get at least a 1 terabyte at some point.
That's my goal is get the 1 terabyte express. Like I'll pay the 100 whatever that needs to be paid, but I'm like I think what 1 terabyte, if these file sizes are not that big and stuff, I should be good to go to have.
Especially because there's 500 on the console, right? Essentially, yeah. So you get 1.5 terabytes of total storage. That's a lot. I mean, you're not going to play that many games at once anyway, right? So,
right.
I mean, that's what I tell myself when I just downloaded. I have like, I don't know, like over 100 games downloaded on my Switch now. Like, oh my god. Anyways, and it's time for Pack Watch.
Pack Watch.
It is time for Pack Watch. Ed, this is our first official Switch 2 Pack Watch.
Yeah.
These are upcoming games you can play on your Nintendo Switch 2 this week. All right, let's go through the console first, though, because the console's launching. We don't get to cover console launches often.
Yeah, we don't. Like, not really.
Ever. I think we definitely covered the Switch console launch, but we kind of covered the new 2DS XL console launch. But yeah, Nintendo Switch 2 and its accessories are coming. So let's run through that first. This is what Nintendo is officially putting out. These aren't um, third party accessories or anything. This is all just Nintendo first party stuff. So the Nintendo Switch 2 console is coming, obviously. The Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller, which I would love to get another one of those. Joy-Con 2 left and right controllers, both separate and together. Joy-Con 2 charging grip. Remember when people were mad that the grip wasn't a charging grip and then nobody ever bought a charging grip?
Right.
People just get mad about everything. Straps for your Joy-Con 2 in case the ones that you're so they come in black, right? The straps are black, but they also sell the colored ones, so the blue and the red or the pale pink or whatever they're trying to call that color. The Joy-Con 2 steering wheels, which you get 2 steering wheels for $14.99, Ed.
That's not bad.
It's a great deal if you want a plastic wheel sitting in your house. 2 of them. The Nintendo Switch camera, which outputs at 480p and can show up to 4 faces at one time on the same screen. So that's cool. Nintendo GameCube controller for Nintendo Switch, which I have mine pre-ordered. It should be here by over the weekend, probably. I won't have it for launch because Nintendo's not going to get it here for launch, but that's okay. Nintendo Switch 2 dock, which I still need to buy another one for streaming or recording.
I'm actually shocked they're selling that separate.
What?
This time, the dock.
Dude, I have like 5 docks for Switch.
Well, the reason I say that is because I think the Switch 1 dock, I know they were selling it, but it was like an on and off kind of thing.
Yeah, because it was $100.
Well, yeah, but I thought that they would like restock it, but it really wasn't that. So I wonder if that's going to be the same thing with the Switch 2 dock, that they're going to be restocking it like when they sell out.
Well, they eventually Nintendo just started selling the dock on their store and stopped selling it at retailers. I think retailers didn't want to carry accessories they weren't selling, right? So you had to buy it straight through Nintendo. Amazon did start selling refurbished ones for like $50 or $60. And then obviously there was a bunch of like the third party, like, here's the dock that all you do is like, I don't know, set it down and it works. I don't know. But I would like to have 2 more docks, actually. I would like to have one for my streaming stuff, and I would like to have one upstairs at some point because I've never had a console upstairs, and I would like to, because like my wife and kids don't like to come down here all that often, which is fine by me. But if they want to play games, they have to come down here, and they're like, meh, I want to go upstairs. So I would like a dock upstairs, but we'll see. Nintendo Switch carrying case and screen protector. Nintendo Switch all-in-one carrying case. So that carrying case carries like your dock and 2 controllers, I think, and chargers and all that stuff. The Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter and a Nintendo branded Samsung micro SD express card, 256 gigabytes for Nintendo Switch 2. Has Mario on the box, so it's branded. Ed, I actually got my first 2 Nintendo Switch accessories this week. I didn't show it in show and tell because I want to show it here. So I got my Nintendo Switch 2 case, which is pretty standard. Although it has like little grooves where like the Joy-Cons go. And then it has like
how does it
joystick.
how does it feel inside? Like the black part, like
it's like feels like fake velvet or fake suede.
Okay. Is it soft, kind of like nice soft?
Mm-hmm.
Nice soft feel? Okay.
Yeah, and then this flap has cartridge slots that you can put in it. So it's big, man. Like this console is it's big. Like it's gonna
big but not beefy.
Yeah. And then got my screen protectors, of course, my tempered glass screen protector. So that's 2 down. Yeah, I would like to get some I would like to get another Pro Controller and another dock at least, and another set of Joy-Con. So that's my next accessory goal. I did buy a Pro Controller, but I want another one. My kids will use the Switch One controllers because my daughter likes the Xenoblade one, and my son just likes dude. My son just loves like things have to be in like specific to him. Like everything has to be put away in a certain way, and it like
Yes.
I'm like my kid is like super ADHD and probably on the spectrum a little bit, but I mean, so am I, and so is my daughter, so I guess it doesn't matter. But man, dude, he even when we were playing Xbox, like my black Xbox controller has never worked. Like it's never worked since I bought the console. It's never worked.
That's crazy.
So like I have two controllers, but one's blue and one's yellow. And he like almost and we found like a Ninja Turtles game that he wanted to play. And he was playing it at my nephew's and they were playing it through Game Pass. And he asked if I had it. I was like, yeah, it's on Game Pass, whatever. I'll download it. So I went through the app and I downloaded it. He almost refused to play it because the controller wasn't black or white. Because my nephew has a Series S, so his controller is white.
Yeah.
But he like almost refused to play it. I was like, buddy, these are the only controllers that work with it. I don't have anything else. If you want to play it. And then like literally like 2 levels after that, he's like I don't want to play anymore.
Wow.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm kind of like that with consoles at this point, though, right? Like I like the consoles to look like an adult owns them at this point, but like the controllers are like where you're supposed to have the fun, in my opinion. Like your controllers are supposed to be colorful and crazy and wacky, and like they're all supposed to be different, so you know which controller is whose.
The controllers don't I don't mind the controllers. It's just like the system design is kind of what I kind of care for. I mean, it can look whatever. Yes, I get on the PlayStation 4 looking like a Kit Kat bar, but that PlayStation 4 design is not popping at all. But I enjoy the PlayStation 4 for what it is. I got the slim version. I was cool with it. I could play games on it. That's fine. But sometimes it's just like, oh, okay, you can't make this design. I know what you're trying to go for, but this design doesn't look right for a console like this. So that's why I like the Xbox One and and Xbox One X and stuff and their design. That's why I kind of respect the Series X, and everything. It's simple, it's clean and stuff. That's the kind of stuff I like. I do like the PlayStation 5 design a little bit. I don't know how huge it is until I get it to my house. Definitely when I get a Pro. But the console design just has to look popping. It has to look artistic. It has to look good. Look, I still think the Wii has a nice design when it's in the holder. That's a still cool, a nice design.
Yeah, I think the Wii looks nice. I'm glad it looks nice because it sucks to play.
We would not have that discussion today.
I just like to do that to make you mad. All right, let's talk about the games. So Nintendo's going to have 4 first-party games at launch. 2 new and 2 Switch 2 upgrades at launch. Mario Kart World is coming. The whole world is your. Do I need to read these descriptions? There's so many games.
No.
Maybe for the third party, some of the third party ones I will, but for these, I think we've seen enough of these. So Mario Kart World, which I got with the console. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, which I also bought and pre-ordered through Best Buy, I think. Yeah.
Oh, they're doing a physical version?
Best Buy?
Oh no, is it still digital?
It's digital. The Welcome Tour? It's digital.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only digital. I think.
I didn't know they were selling it at stores. I thought it was just like a kind of like an eShop kind of thing.
I mean, it's on like the online card, right? Like the.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Switch 2 editions of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Man, I watched some video on that today, which like I've seen it, but I haven't like really paid attention to it, right?
Mhm.
Man, those versions look great. Those versions
But
look great.
so me and you get it for free because we're expansion pass
Mhm.
members, and people who are not expansion pass members got to pay the $9.99
Yeah.
for. Okay.
Yep. So I imagine that's how it's going to be for most games that don't come with expansions. Like
Uh
Kirby, I
huh.
imagine you're going to have to pay for, right? And
Yes.
Mario Party Jamboree. Like I imagine you're going to have to pay for those. But like, here's
Because
another
and
game that's
definitely
just basically upscaled or add some features to like the Nintendo Switch app right on your phone.
right.
Like,
And Jamboree's getting us like some DLC stuff with
yeah,
it,
there's 3
so
new
it's
modes. There's
understandable.
new characters, new things, right? Like there's a lot added to that. And Kirby has like a whole new campaign, right? So,
Yeah.
or story mode or whatever. So that's
Yes.
understandable. I don't People are upset that they have to pay for things, but whatever. Um but yeah, I mean I definitely plan on playing Breath of the Wild again, and I'll probably play Tears of the Kingdom afterwards. I Tears of the Kingdom was weird. Like I played it. I feel like I kind of rushed through it because of book club, and like
Uh huh.
I didn't really play it how I wanted to play it. Um Not that I didn't have fun, and I think that really hindered my experience, and like I don't know. I would like to play it again just without anything attached to it, right? Um so those are your first party games. Let's uh let's go through these third party games, Ed. There
Yes.
are a lot. Now we mentioned Fantasy Life I is getting an update for Switch 2, which we'll go over later. But these are the games launching on Nintendo Switch 2. Um, there's 23 games in total, including the first party games that are launching, with more to come after. First game on our list, Ed, Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. They added the Flying Fairy back for this release, Ed. Um, Remember, they took it out for the American release or the Western release for the 3DS. Um, so that's coming. And I just want to ask you each game if you're planning on playing it or not. Uh, and it doesn't have to be like a long drawn out answer. I just want to know if you're
Uh,
interested in it with this.
like a like pass or buy.
Yeah,
Um, Bird Default, yeah, that's a buy for me.
it's only $39.99 also, so I think that's worth noting. It's not a $70 or $60 game.
Yeah, and Bird Default Flying, Bird Default's a great game. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um. Yeah, and Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition. This is another game that I have that I'm pre-ordering and buying for Switch, just because I played it when it came out on Xbox. I played the Xbox One version on Xbox Series X. It was fun. It was fine. But they've obviously done a lot of upgrading since then, and they added the Phantom Liberty expansion, which comes with this. And I'm really interested. This is like the game for me. This is like the game right now that's going to prove if third party is going to work on Switch or not in a
Yeah.
meaningful way, right? Because this is like probably the most graphically intensive game, probably the most. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot going on in this game that is going to it's gonna test the limits of the Switch too at that launch. So
Uh, so for me, it's a buy. I do have it for Xbox. I haven't upgraded the Series X version yet. I thinking that's something because I know that some people just like, well, it's bricking the system. Like I don't think that's true. So I think I'm gonna do it. I'm definitely gonna play it on Series X. And do the upgrade stuff and everything. But I'm definitely also gonna go buy it on Switch and everything. I know I have my problems with the game because of the trailers before the game came out. Um, and then whatever, and then I just like I played it for a little bit, and then I focused on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I mean Final Fantasy VII Remake, not Rebirth. when I had that time. I just like took it out, and it was after it was having all those problems and everything. It was just like I'll just wait for the Series X version.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it is a buy for me.
Yeah, it's definitely something I'm looking forward to playing on Switch 2 for sure. Deltarune chapters 1 through 4. I think 5 is coming soon as well.
Yeah,
I- I'm not
I
I'm
don't.
not interested. I'm not interested at all.
I so I because this is from the person who made Undertale, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Deltarune
Okay,
is a, what do you call it? An anagram of Undertale.
uh, yeah. So I didn't play all of Undertale. I haven't even started Undertale, but I played some Undertale, but I didn't finish it. I have it and everything. This one I think I'm just gonna wait for all of it to come, and then just like if they do like a full bundle or whatever, I'll play it. But right now it's just a pass for me.
Fast Fusion, which is the sequel to Fast RMX for the Switch.
Oh, this is a buy for me.
Yeah, this is that kind of what do you call it? Wipeout, Hydro Thunder, F-Zero style game. Uh, very stylish, very cool, very obviously very fast. It's probably going to benefit from the 120 frames a second mode, right? It's going to be very smooth and very clean. Um, I enjoyed what I played of Fast RMX and Fast Racing Neo, which was the
Hmm.
Switch, which was the Wii U version, right?
Yes.
Um, yeah, I'll probably get it. It's only $15 also. So if you guys want to play something fun, fast, and cheap, that's a recommendation for sure.
Yeah, and I played some of their games definitely on the Wii U, and the Switch and some of the stuff on Switch. Truly enjoyed that game. So yeah, this is a must have. And they got and I know a lot of people don't really talk about them, but those games got a banging soundtrack, and I cannot wait to hear the soundtrack to this game. So yeah, it's a purchase for me.
Mm-hmm. Fortnite, no surprise there. Um,
Pass.
I'll probably download it just to have it on there. I like Fortnite once in a while.
Yeah.
I like playing with my nephews too. They enjoy playing it. So um,
I'm over it. Pass for me.
plus I just bought Casey Jones, so I have a reason to play it now. Uh, Hitman World of Assassination Signature Edition. Um,
I'll get it. This one I'm definitely gonna get because I
man,
like the Hitman games.
Hitman is a series that I want to like, and I just don't. I wish I did. Like it's fun. It's one of those. So back in the day, when Giant Bomb did a Hitman series,
Hmm.
uh, and I really enjoyed watching it, which made me want to play it. Right. But when I played it, man, for me, it's like it's too slow. It's too. I don't do the stealth thing. I don't really care for the stealth stuff. It's too slow, and it's just not for me. But I know I'm in the minority. I know people seem to love Hitman, and I'm glad that it's so successful. Um, and they also announced that 007 game is coming to Switch too,
Oh, okay.
uh, which is exciting.
I know like
Obviously not on
stealth.
launch day, but
Yeah, I know stealth stuff is not your speed, Corey. But I do enjoy that the Hitman games and stuff, and when they made it more open for you on how to complete your mission, I'm going to say for for this program. Um, they've been very creative. I remember Hitman 2 on GameCube. Really enjoyed and loved that game. And I got some of the Hitman games on like PS3 and PS4. So I'm excited for this one. Can't wait to play. I think I got some Hitman games on my Xbox too. Because some of them were cheap on sale, so I would snag them there and everything. But yeah, I definitely will be buying this game.
yeah. And I'm sure a lot of people would like to revisit those in handheld, like a portable mode, right? Like this was like one
Hmm.
of those games that was pretty popular on Steam Deck when it first came out, I think. So, Hogwarts Legacy. I already pre-ordered this too. This is, for those who don't know, this is getting a Switch 2 upgrade pack. So if you own it on Switch, you can play it here. Also, Hogwarts Legacy is also on sale for $17 on Switch right now. So if you want to play it on Switch 2, I would buy the Switch version right now and then buy the upgrade pack instead of paying $70 for the game.
Okay.
I'm going to say no for Ed. Probably not.
I own no Series X, so I think I'll wait. I think I'll wait for a sale for this one because I just need to. I just need to play on my Series X and beat the game, and everything.
Yeah, I would like to revisit it, and
maybe I'll do what you just said, Corey. I'll just buy the digital version that's on sale, and then do the upgrade later for Switch 2.
I mean, Warner Brothers has sales all the time on their games. Like, I think Mortal Kombat 1 was like $11, and like the whole package was like $24 at one point. Not that you want to play that on Switch, but you know.
Yeah, the game's just never was going to get fixed. I wonder if they're going to even put a patch for the Switch 2.
Yeah,
for backwards compatible. But
they might.
Well, we'll that's see. Very questionable.
We'll see.
Because I know they said they stopped working on Mortal Kombat 1, like doing updates and stuff like that. So,
well, they said they're doing no more DLC and no more story content and no more new characters. They're still going to do balancing updates and patches and stuff like that.
Okay,
but I'm sure that's a very small team while the larger team is working on Injustice 3, maybe. Let's see, where are we? Kinetsugami, Path of the Goddess. $39.99. Another cheap win.
I'll buy it.
Yeah, I was gonna play it on Game Pass, but like I heard Cog talk about it he was playing on ROG Ally, and he said it was a great ROG Ally game. So I'm like, I'll wait, and then I never ended up getting it because I thought about getting a ROG Ally at some point, but then I just didn't because they're expensive.
I gotta get on Capcom for this game because this game came and went, and as much as they advertised it for Game Pass and all of this stuff, they didn't promote. I didn't even read reviews about this game. It just came, it just dropped, and they forgot all about it. Like they put in more time in Onimusha right now than they do this one.
I guess I hear. I mean, maybe it's just because I hear it a lot from, this podcast I listen to, but because they all played it and loved it. But like, I feel like people really like this game that played it. I'm gonna buy it here. I need to support Capcom. We need more Capcom. Capcom is a winner right now.
What was that game with all? What was the game with all those dinosaurs?
Exoprimal.
Exoprimal. That's kind of what it feels like for this game. That it got marketing push. It came out and they moved right on. Like,
well, the reason why Microsoft was pushing it on Game Pass is because they've helped fund it.
Okay.
Nobunaga's Ambition: Awakening Complete Edition.
Pass.
It's a no for me, dog. I don't know why I just said it like that. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S. I'll probably bite. If it has Tetris in the title, I'll bite.
Oh, it's Puyo Puyo, of course. I gotta get it.
I don't.
But
like
is it?
I don't like Puyo Puyo, but I like Tetris. So
I mean, I'm fine with either. Of course,
I don't know if this is getting an upgrade thing. It would make sense, right? But I don't know. I really don't know.
Because I don't even think I gotta check to see if I got Puyo Puyo 2 for Switch. Because if I don't, then you know what? I'm gonna say bye for me on this one. Just to make sure, I'm gonna say bye.
Yeah, we'll see. That's my I would rather play Tetris Effect at this point.
Oh, that's the one that I want to switch to.
But I also think that Tetris Effect is going to be what it is. So, Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma.
Yes, bye. I played this at PAX East. Loved it. Oh yeah, this is
I'll
definitely
pass.
a must buy for me.
I got Disney Dreamlight Valley, dude. That's all you need.
Dude, as I
That
know you'll
reminds me,
pass when it.
Moonstones are on sale.
Oh wow. Ooh, sorry.
Ed's dying over here, guys.
I will say the combat, like the fight and everything, so good. I played the PS5 version because that was the demo that they had at PAX East for Marvelous. Came away super impressed, was having so much fun with it. I was just like, yeah, I would get this on Switch too. And for this game. Yeah. I mean it has the crafting, farming stuff to build your village. Cool. Love that. I'm here for the action RPG and it truly delivers. So yes, Corey, I just understand it's not your cup of tea. That's cool. For me, it's a buy.
I mean, I get it. These games are popular, right? Again, I'm not usually into the farming game. Like, I mean, Animal Crossing was like I don't know, man. I was not into Animal Crossing, but I like, I, I feel like this is like the live service thing, right? Where like, it's hard for them to sell extremely well because everybody already has their series, right? Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people are Rune Factory people. A lot of people are Harvest Moon / Story of what is it? Seasons is the other kind of similar to Harvest Moon. A lot of people are Stardew Valley people, right? Like, I feel like you've already got your farming game, and so like, yours is Rune Factory and mine is Disney Dreamlight Valley, and it's cool. I'm
Both
glad
games,
this game is this series because like, didn't Rune Factory 5 special just come out for Switch like a couple years ago, like 2 years
I
ago?
think a year and a half ago, I think. Yeah. Because
Oh,
I
we can't
own it.
forget that Square Enix hit Harvestella.
That's what I was talking about earlier in our discussion, in our pre discussion and everything.
Yeah.
Which I have the game. I need to start it on my Switch. I want to give that game a try. I got the physical for it, so
Nice. Sonic X Shadow Generations.
uh, yeah, we're not doing Civilization 7, so yeah.
Oh wait,
Pass.
I skipped Civ, didn't I?
Yeah, pass for me.
I will be getting it, not at launch, but I'll get it at some point. Uh,
Uh,
because Sonic games usually go on sale, and this game's been out for a while anyway. So,
I mean,
uh,
if it ever goes like to $9.99, I would get it. But yeah, it's a pass for me.
I really liked Sonic Generations,
I
and
do too.
this comes with a remastered version of that, so I would buy it for that alone.
Yeah.
Uh, but I heard the Shadow stuff's pretty decent too. But also, I don't know how much of that is just Sonic fans sonicking. So, Civ 7. I
Pass.
think this is going to be much better with the mouse controls, but I also feel like
Just
you need.
it's probably gonna be better on all platforms because the PC version is not popping. That game was not a hit when it released on everywhere. So
Yeah, but it's gotten a lot of updates, and PC people seem to stick with their games like this, right? Like,
yeah,
I mean, look at like, uh, what was that? What was that? Not Sim City, but the game that was like City Skylines, right?
yes,
I mean, that game was like in early access, and people loved it, right? Because it wasn't doing what Sim City was doing. But over time, Sim City changed a lot of things about that last version, and people ended up really liking that like a long time afterwards. And so,
hmm
and now City Skylines 2 is apparently struggling. I don't even because it was supposed to come to Game Pass day one, and I don't even know if it released or not. I stopped keeping up with it. Laurent and I were talking about that on Boss Rush podcast like 2 years ago. But Split Fiction. Yes, no, maybe. Ed? Ed? Are you
I'm
done?
here.
Are you done?
I'm here.
I think that's a no from Ed. Um I don't know. I think it looks interesting, but I think the story and the settings seem interesting. And Stephanie said she was going to play it with me, so I will play it when it comes to Switch 2 with her and see for myself. Street Fighter 6.
Sadly, I have to give in and buy this.
I'm quite intrigued by this on Switch 2 as well. I'm not good at fighting games, but I will try Street Fighter. Out of all the fighting games, I think Street Fighter is probably my favorite.
I just don't know about Street Fighter. I don't know why. It's not that I have nothing against Street Fighter. Um, I think it's just it looks and feels slow and a bit boring to me, and I think that's because of seeing Killer Instinct on Xbox, and it's just wanting my combos and stuff to be fast. Impressive as a game, but I'm like, I just want
Yeah.
this thing to be fast because I'm just like, it got all of this freezing hit stuff, and I'm just like, I don't want that in my Street Fighter.
Yeah.
But I will get this. I'm not gonna knock it. I would get Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's fair. Let's see what else here. We have Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster.
Yeah, I'll get it because I don't
Um,
own it yet, so that's a buy for me.
I don't own it either. I don't know if I will get it. I don't really care about Suikoden, to be honest. I wish I did, but I don't. So, Survival Kids.
No, it's
Yeah,
bad for me.
I don't even know what it is, and I don't really care. So yeah. Let's see.
Also,
Yakuza
Yakuza
0.
0, it's a pass for me. I own it on many consoles. I don't have to worry about Nintendo yet.
See,
I other people.
I don't own it, but part of me wants to hope that Yakuza Kiwami gets a Switch 2 update, because I've always wondered if you should play 1 or 0 first, and I've heard about evenly you should play, like, half of the people say you should play 0 first, and half the people say you should play 1 first because you get more out of 0.
So if you want how the game really started off, I would say play Kiwami. Um, if you want to do I feel like 0 is more of an expansion or a pre-sequel in a sense to 1, but I think to really learn about Kiru Kazuma and everything, and what he went through, I definitely say play Kiwami. Kiwami has a stronger story than 0 does.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume it usually feels that way with sequels
And
or prequels, though, right? I mean,
right, I mean, you'll get to understand why he is called the Dragon of Dojima. Uh,
I thought it was just
and
because he had a big dragon tattoo on his back.
they explain that too. There's a
Mm.
point that they explain that and everything. So I would definitely say play Kiwami first. I just recently actually in March or April. I think in April I beat Kiwami too. So I finally got to play to that game. It was okay. It's good. But I think Yakuza, just the first one in Kiwami, is better. It's a stronger story and everything.
Okay. But that's our launch list, Ed. It's our launch list.
Some really strong hits.
Yeah, I will probably get Yakuza 0 at some point too. But it's going to be a wait for a little bit, honestly. But yeah, I think overall this is a pretty strong launch lineup.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
is.
Breath of the Wild launch lineup, but we do have Donkey Kong coming, and that seems like a pretty large launch game. So I'm fairly excited for that. I'm fairly excited for Mario Kart. I'm excited to play Zelda and some of these third-party games. I think this is great. My kids are excited for the Mario Party update, and they're excited for. I showed them the wheelchair basketball game. They thought that was pretty cool. Drag X Drive or Drag Cross Drive.
The Dragon Drive.
Why don't they just use an and symbol? X means something.
X means a lot of things.
By the way, speaking of X, you know what I heard the other day that really made me question everything I knew?
Of what?
People were calling Xenoblade Chronicles X Xenoblade Chronicles Cross. I heard that on this was only one set of people on one video or one podcast, but it's like, who calls it Cross? I mean, Nintendo's even said X in the directs. So I was like, what are you doing? Anyways, I just wanted to point that out.
Crossing really Blade?
No, Xenoblade Chronicles X, like the game.
Oh.
And they called it Xenoblade Chronicles Cross.
They on some Japanese anime stuff because, no, X don't always mean cross.
I know that. You know that. You know what else I know? There's a lot of games getting updates. Here are the new expansions, DLC, or updates you're going to be seeing this week or very soon, or maybe they've already happened. Level 5 has released a 1.1.1 update for Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, on Nintendo Switch, addressing issues like missing recipe rewards and when skipping Tailor or Artist Novice challenges, and introducing a new feature that allows players to add signatures to crafted items and enhancing personalization. Level 5 has also released 2 new videos showcasing Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, enhanced for the Nintendo Switch 2, highlighting improved graphics, smoother frame rates, and significantly faster load times compared to the original Switch version. The Switch 2 edition will be available at launch with a low-cost upgrade option for existing Switch 2 owners. So there is an upgrade path for that, it seems. Arc System Works has added Unica, a new DLC character, to Guilty Gear Strive's Season Pass 4 roster, with her release on May 27th, so it's already out, across selected platforms, but the Nintendo Switch version is not included in this recent update to the other platforms. This character will come later, apparently. Sid Meier's Civilization's upcoming Switch update 1.2.1, releasing alongside the Nintendo Switch 2, introduces the new Pangea Plus map type, leader and civilization balances, and expanded multiplayer limits, quality of life improvements, and that's coming. Power Watch Simulator's final free content update is coming. The Muckingham Files 6 adds 2 new levels, a grimy tube train, and a sculpture park, along with bug fixes and subtle hints towards an upcoming sequel. Animal Crossing New Horizons version 2.0.7 update has released, enhancing multiplayer compatibility between the original Switch and the Nintendo Switch 2, ensuring seamless cross-platform island visits and online play. So that's cool. All right, Ed, let's talk about the free Nintendo Switch 2 game updates a little bit. So as everybody has kind of heard at some point or another, the Switch 2 will, or Nintendo will add free Switch 2 game updates to the following games. There's quite a few games on this list. So ARMS is getting a free update, enhanced visuals and smoother frame rates, even in multiplayer, plus HDR support. Big Brain Academy Brain vs. Brain adds game share support for up to 4 players, playable locally or online via game chat. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker has improved visuals with HDR support and game share enabled co-op for 2 players. Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics adds game share support for up to 4 players across 34 games and online play and local play via game chat. Game Builder Garage adds visual enhancements and support of Joy-Con 2 mouse controls, so that's cool. New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. Another update for this 15-ish year old game. Optimized visuals for the Switch 2 display and high resolution TVs. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are getting enhanced graphics and improved frame rates for smoother gameplay.
Oh, everybody's about to play
I know,
that
everybody's
much.
so happy. I went backwards. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury is getting visual and frame rate improvements, HDR support for Bowser's Fury, and game share enabled multiplayer. Super Mario Odyssey is getting visual upgrades with HDR support and game sharing co-op for 2 players. That's Mario and Cappy. So if you remember, a second player could use a Joy-Con to throw Cappy at enemies and help Mario jump across platforms and stuff. So, and then the last 2 titles, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom and The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, are getting enhanced image quality and improved visuals and HDR support. So those are your free updates. Not all of them are coming at launch, but a lot of them are coming soon after, if they're not available at launch already. So look forward to that. Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is a game I need to get back to as well. Nintendo Switch Online updates, Ed. There will be 3 new games if you own a Nintendo Switch 2, because Nintendo GameCube is launching day and date on Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack if you own a Switch 2. And those games are F-Zero GX, Soul Calibur 2, and The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker.
Everybody about to be on Soul Calibur 2. It's about to be a Friday night fight with that game.
It's that game is fun. It has a Link in it. Like, that's all the third-party support that GameCube had. Like, none of the games sold well in GameCube except for Soul Calibur 2. It was like, it outsold every other game like 3-1.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then Nintendo Switch Music it got the Splatoon soundtrack for its 10th anniversary. Can't believe Splatoon's 10 years old already, dude. Can you believe that?
Crazy.
Oh my gosh, I feel like that series just came out. And they updated the app so you can have a sleep timer. So if you use Nintendo Music to fall asleep, you can set a sleep timer and it will turn off automatically.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know it didn't have that already. But I also don't use it to fall asleep, so. But that's it. That's our extremely large pack launch. That was fun though. I can't believe it's here already, man. I can't.
It's getting close. It's getting close.
I know. I hope I get mine on launch day. I really do. It says by Friday, June 6th, but when I ordered it, it said get your Nintendo Switch by 9 a.m. Friday, which I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how you can guarantee that.
One of your bosses gonna let you stay home.
I can't stay home on Thursday, dude. I wish I could. He did tell me that I could, but I can't. Like,
he said you could work from home.
Well, he said I could take the day off, but I can't. Like, I literally cannot do that. All right, Ed. It's time for question block.
Question block.
So you can write your questions in to us, and we will answer them on the show. You can also ask them live if you are watching live. We encourage that as well. So if you have any, go ahead and ask. Ed, we have some rapid fire questions from someone named David Lasby. I don't know if you know who he is or not. In our Discord, the Boss Rush Network Discord.
Oh,
so
our editor in chief.
Yeah, we're gonna ask them super fast. he asks a lot of questions. That's why we're rapid firing them. But
Okay.
most of them don't require a huge answer. So,
Okay.
which is another reason why we're doing this. So he asks, first question: what game are you playing first? Boy, man, I
For
mean,
Switch 2,
yeah, for Switch 2.
it's
Dude,
gonna be Mario Kart World Tour. Like that's
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Mario Kart for me as well. Although Zelda's pretty tempting as well. Uh,
well, Zelda's going to need the updates, so I'd rather just do Mario Kart first. Plus, I want to drive around that world, see what's in the game, and I want to hear the soundtrack. So
that's true.
Mario Kart for me.
I want to see what other music they have besides that, like very uh, southern violin country sounding song they play in the trailer.
And plus, I'm gonna try to be getting all the outfits and stuff.
I know,
Uh,
my daughter's so excited to go find outfits and put them on the characters. She's so excited for that. That's like all she wants to do is find the outfits and dress them up.
nice.
Uh, will you be buying or using the camera? Yeah, like I said, I already
So
bought it. My daughter's excited to play Mario Party with it, so we're gonna buy it. We bought it.
yeah, I'm going to be buying the camera. I am going to use it. Probably test it with you, Corey, and other Boss Rush crews. Hopefully, be able to test it with other friends and stuff in other communities. So, yes, it is a buy, but not at this moment for me.
Yeah, for me, I think it's I'm hoping that we can at least do a round of like something like Mario Party or Mario Kart on like a. I'm really trying to figure out the best ways to do community game nights because it's something we've been wanting to do forever and we've talked about
Hmm.
forever. And this seems like the best time to do it. Um, right, but like I gotta sit down and really like because I gotta restructure our Patreon stuff too because we're short, obviously, people now on the podcast side, so I gotta figure that out. But at this point, I need to I'm hoping to use the camera for like community game nights and stuff like that. For definitely Mario Kart, Mario Party, maybe even Street Fighter. Do a little Street Fighter tournament. That might be fun. That could be fun, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna lose in the first round, but that's okay. What's the first game you want to play using the mouse option?
Like I said, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 is what I want to play using the mouse option. I will say the drive and drop. I would love to do it also, but I think for right now, because of those games not being available at this time, when I pick up the system, it's definitely going to be Welcome Tour. I want to see how they use the mouse for some of the mini games, and how creative that little game was going to be. So I will I will go with Welcome Tour for me.
Yeah, I mean, Welcome Tour seems like the easy option. I'm not really into mouse support for games. I want to use a controller. I will also probably try it for Metroid Prime 4 when it comes out just to see what it's like, and I'll try the mouse for things that require the mouse, but I also don't know if I really feel like using a mouse. I think it's a great option for people. I'm not into it. So, um, let's see. And his last question: are we getting a retro slash legacy version of the mouse for NES for from the SNES game Mario Paint? I bet they add it to Nintendo Switch Online. I bet they do.
I think they're going to bring the Art Academy games back, and they're going to release them like a collection or something for Nintendo Switch 2, and add more stuff to it. So I think Art Academy over Mario Paint.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're because the Art Academy is their stuff, their thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so I would imagine Art Academy. would be the games they sell. I would imagine Mario Paint is the game they put on NSO this time around.
Because everybody, of course, everybody's gonna like want to do, of course, color and draw the picture stuff, but they also gonna want to make their own music, especially with modern music now today. They want to do the music program that's in the game, and you can do that with the mouse and stuff, probably easier.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Because if they do Mario Paint, I just want the do 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 do. Like I just want that club beat to be bumping and everything. I think it's on. I don't know if it's on Nintendo Music. Mario Paint. Cause that's like the best song out of that whole soundtrack on that game. I'm just like, on Nintendo in the club. What?
Yeah, so that's all of David's questions. That was fun. Those are good questions.
Yes.
Let's see here. Our last couple questions here. Well, we actually have a lot of questions. I got to move over this side. Sam Hall writes in. The Nintendo Switch 2 is finally upon us this week. Are you planning on doing anything extra around the console launch? What are you wanting to do? Man, what we're gonna do and what I want to do are two definitely
okay. So during this time, there's nothing extra or anything that I wanted to do for Switch 2, because it's not guaranteed that I get one. At the time of release, which is fine with me. I think what my thing is, it's just that I want to get people's opinions. I want to watch people's reactions. I just want to see people happy with their purchase and stuff. Even if they feel like they want to tear it down, I just want a fair and honest opinion about people having this console in their hand. And letting me know what they feel about it, and everything. Because eventually, I'm going to get one, and I'm going to see and hopefully, be able to realize for myself what this machine means to the gaming industry and to the community, for gamers around the world.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I would like to do like a day one stream of some of the games that are available and some of the stuff that's like, kind of, I don't want to say important to the Switch 2 launch, but just like the interesting games, right? I think it would be really, I don't know. I think it would be fun to do that. So I will probably do that. That's the plan anyway. And I mean, I would like to also record some content around it, of the games as well. So I think to Elgato's recording program allows you to record the games separate from your stream as well now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try to figure that out this week. That should be fun.
Yes.
Oh boy. Okay. Steven Myers writes in, GameCube turns 24 this year. So what classic GameCube title would you like to see added to Nintendo Switch Online service?
Eternal Darkness is one. Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. The GameCube version of Tales of Symphonia. I think EA had a game called Freedom Fighters, I think. But I think I think Namco did a game called Kill Dot Switch. I think they came out. Definitely all three Prince of Persia games. The twin, not the Twin Towers. But yeah, Prince of Persia 1 to 3. I'm gonna say that. Those three. Odama, if it can. That's the pinball strategy game released by Sega that came out. Of course, Twilight Princess. I would love. Let's see. We don't need Paper Mario: The 10,000 Year Door because we already got that for Switch. Um, wasn't there like that NBA basketball game that EA released? like the arcadey one. Did that come to GameCube?
I don't know, but the question said game singular, and you've listed about 10. So
Oh, oh, I'm so sorry. I
whatever.
heard
Fine.
games.
Mm.
I heard GameCube titles.
No,
That's what I
keep
heard.
going. Just keep
No.
reading your Wikipedia list, and
No, but I'll just stick with Eternal Darkness.
uh, man, I just like to mess with you, Ed. You know I'm kidding. I mean, the game that I think would like to see the most. See, I understand why people want the Zelda games there. Actually, you know what? Here's the game I want. If you're going to talk about Zelda games, I would rather have the HD versions of Twilight Princess and Wind Waker over the GameCube versions. I really would. But I think a unique game that you could put on Nintendo Switch online for GameCube would be Ocarina of Time Master Quest, which is only available on that disc that you pre-order, like when you pre-ordered Wind Waker, and you
Wicker.
right,
Yeah.
like that's the only way you could get it. Or was it through Nintendo Power? I don't know. You got one for pre-ordering Wind Waker, and you got one for subscribing to Nintendo Power. I don't know which one was which. Like that
I think it
collector's disc
pre-ordered.
that had
I think I think pre-ordering for Twilight. Because I pre-ordered Wind Waker and I didn't get it.
So yeah, it was like one or the other. I don't remember. But
Yeah.
it's I think that would be an awesome game to see show up on NSO GameCube. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I think that's my answer. I feel like the games that I want are already either remastered for Switch, right? Like Pikmin 1 and 2, Metroid Prime, even Mario Sunshine, right? Like if you bought that collection. Tales of Symphonia is technically already remastered.
The
If you're
Fire
gonna go,
Emblem games.
yeah. I mean, those are coming though, right? We already know those are coming. At least the GameCube one.
GameCube ones. Wasn't there two of them for GameCube, or was that
There's
Wii?
just one for GameCube and one for Wii, but they're sequels. They're connected. So it's
Okay.
Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn. So Path of Radiance is the GameCube one. Radiant Dawn is the Wii one. Path of
Okay.
Radiance stars Ike, and Radiant Dawn, the main character is Micaiah. So that's kind of where those land. I like both games. I think I remember liking the GameCube game more, but also it's been like 20 years since I played these games at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I also wasn't really into Fire Emblem at the time. I liked them, but I wasn't like into them.
I would have said Mario Kart Double Dash, but we got Mario Kart
Nobody wants
World.
Double Dash. Everybody who likes
I
Double
want
Dash
Double Dash.
is lying.
I want Double Dash.
I'm
See, I'm
not
thinking for
so
GameCube games.
instead of
Go ahead.
until the DS version of Mario Kart, I was like not into Mario Kart at all. I really didn't like Mario Kart like at all. The Super Nintendo one was weird. Like it was interesting, but it was weird.
For the time it was something new, taking a
Sure,
Mario universe into a different direction, like
sure,
doing
but I didn't.
side games.
Right, but I didn't even really play Mario Kart on Super Nintendo. Like by the time I was playing it, like Mario Kart 64 was coming out. So like
Okay. That's what I was about to ask.
but also like Mario Kart 64, we had Diddy Kong Racing, which I think is far superior in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's for some reason a hot take, but that's okay. And like the Game Boy Advance one was just like a prettier version of the Super Nintendo one, so I'm like, gross. And I mean, I Double Dash was not my thing. The Wii, you could just throw the Wii one in the trash, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh no. Well, yeah.
But Mario Kart DS is where it's at. Mario Kart DS is amazing.
Yes, that I agree. Um, I will say because Beautiful Joe 1 and 2, I would love to have.
Hmm.
Um,
Um,
not so much Alien Hominid because that's everywhere. And Beyond Good and Evil.
so
Uh,
on that note, right? Sort of.
yes.
So I would really like to see Skies of Arcadia Legends, but
Oh
but
yes.
but this generation seems to be opening doors to new consoles, and I would be wondering if Sega would want Skies of Arcadia to be on their console, right? If they put Dreamcast on there,
Dude, if
that
they
would.
do Dreamcast, if they do Dreamcast, like
Oh, dude, we could talk 3 more hours about the Dreamcast games on there.
we have already about 8 to 12 episodes of Dreamcast
I know.
alone.
I'm thinking
But the
about doing another one after the Switch 2 launches.
but dude, just think of putting Dreamcast games on, adding HDR and some improved visuals and a frame rate. Like if they were just, even if they were just straight 60 frames per second, and they looked beautiful, I'm like, there's some. Cause when Jet Set Radio dropped and Crazy Taxi dropped, and they was able to get the licensing and everything, I will pay $15 extra for Dreamcast. If Nintendo and Sega, because of their agreement, had to raise expansion pass and they had $15 more because of Dreamcast for all of this stuff, and because of the licensing stuff with Crazy Taxi and stuff, I will pay that 15 in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Uh yeah, I don't really know what the next thing would be though. I mean, anyways, I think I've named the couple games that I would like to have on there. Uh because a lot of the third party stuff has already been either remastered or remade or just, available already. Because I mean, a lot of people would have probably picked Paper Mario, and
Hmm.
We know Luigi's Mansion's coming. We know Fire Emblem's coming. We know Pokemon is coming. So like, you got to start fishing around for other things, right? So
Like, well, you got the
they made that
Capcom
really bad.
games.
They made that really bad Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles remaster that nobody liked. Apparently, um,
Everybody be like Grasshopper. We need Killer 7. Like Killer 7 will have to come to the service. Like there's no answer to bust if they're not remastering that game or something. Killer 7 will have to be on GameCube. People will buy it. Other people will buy it. I'll
yeah,
play that mug because I didn't get to play Killer 7. It was it lit when I tell you it was a hard game to find. That thing was hard to find. Barely any stores carried it. So
yeah,
you were lucky to see it in stores and you was able to snag it.
yeah. All right, let's move on to our next question. We've got 2 more questions here, and then we'll get out of here.
Okay.
Michael Strausner. Hello, elite blockers from across the pond. Uh,
Hello, Michael.
hello. I've been listening for a few months now, and I think it's a great show. My question, here in England, Game has canceled many people's Switch 2 pre-orders. Apparently, this was a mistake, and want to know if anything has happened like that in the U.S. How do you think this type of thing happens? Thanks.
So it and thank you, Michael, for listening and asking the question. It has happened, I think, with some of the Walmarts and Target ones earlier. Um, and I think it's for some people it's a computer glitch in their system. That's what like some of these retails report on it. It normally does not happen. This is kind of the first time in a while that it has happened because when Sony and Microsoft did their pre-orders, none of this was happening or anything. So even with the first Switch, none of this was happening. So I'm assuming that it's just probably a glitch in their system. Um, and they probably went in and fixed it. People probably asked those companies, "Hey, I got this email or whatever saying that this is canceled. Can you confirm it? And at the time, they'll be like, we are looking into it. And then later on, they'll give a reply, be like, well, we found it was a glitch and we fixed the problem. So you're good to go. So stuff like that happens here in the US. Um, I know game. I heard stuff about that happening at game. Um, but I don't know if they ever rectified it, or they got it fixed. I don't know how people are getting their switches to in England, because I know England is not a big Nintendo uh country and stuff. It used to be Sega, then it went to PlayStation. But I think there are people who do buy Nintendo products in England.
Oh,
Um,
sure.
uh, I, the thing with game is kind of weird because I don't know. And Michael, hopefully you write back to us and let us know. I wonder if game is kind of how it was back in the day, where it was like UK's GameStop or Funko or EB Games and stuff. Like it was a place to go to get video games. That's what game reminds me of. But I think they have been having so many changes and stuff with things that I wonder, where do people in England really go outside of game to get their games and stuff. And so I really want to know that, if you could give us a response to that. But yeah, that's kind of the stuff that's happening here. Or definitely with the Switch 2 for it. Corey?
Um, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how this happens. I think that this probably happens. I don't know. We see this happen all the time with console launches. I think the problem with this one is that this is happening so close to launch, right? Because
Uh-huh.
when people were pre-ordering stuff from like Target and stuff for the Switch 2, they canceled some pre-orders like the next day, right?
Yes.
Because reasons. Uh, but I think the problem with this is that it's so close to launch and like they didn't know, right? Like they didn't know beforehand. So I'm not sure why this happens. I know that, I think there wasn't really anything here like that, like overwhelmingly like that, right? I think a lot of the canceled orders here were because of like, Walmart canceled some orders because people were creating new accounts with similar addresses, right? Like that was a big thing. Uh Target had some mishaps, but not really, so I think Best Buy canceled a couple orders that were like, I think a lot of these places are canceling orders with duplicate addresses to prevent scalping,
Hmm.
which I know there are ways around it, but it seems like they did a pretty decent job of that, and Nintendo had a lot of stock. So, yeah, I don't know. I think this is a bad look for game. I mean, I know they've kind of been going downhill recently. Like they stopped taking used games, they stopped doing trade stuff, they stopped doing a lot of things that they used to do, right? So, I don't know. I hope this stuff gets resolved for the people that deserve it. But it's a shame that this happened. I don't
Yeah.
really have another answer, right? I mean, it sucks. I've been worried about my Walmart pre-order
Oh,
because,
everybody.
well, like a week later, people were posting like Walmart's canceling pre-orders, and then that was like the headline, and then you read the article, and it's like, oh well, they're not canceling all pre-orders. This is the reason why they're canceling certain pre-orders, and it's like, come on, like you read the headline, good job, you suck. Um, but you always have that slight panic when you're excited for something and you pre-order it or you want to buy it, and then it's like stuff like this happens. So,
Hmm.
all right, Ed. Last question. Deshaun Malone writes in, "Hey y'all, obviously Nintendo Switch 2 launches this week, but what do y'all think the overall hype level is? Is it as big or small than you thought?" So,
It is big. A lot of people are excited for the launch. They're excited to get the system in their hands. There are some people who are trying to underplay it because they don't think the system is powerful enough or it has all of these games. And a lot of people who are doing a lot of this stuff is trying to get attention. So you can check out their content and hear their opinion and stuff. But a lot of people are hyped for this, and you'll probably see it on Thursday if you drive to stores, even if you just walk around the electronics, you're going to hear people be asking, "My, do you guys have any Nintendo Switch 2s?" If you get like, people are going to be asking about this system, and they're probably going to be asking all week. And once every week, people are going to be asking, "When does another shipment come in?" And everything. So I think this is a big thing. Definitely going into the summer where there's not really a lot of game releases, Nintendo could kind of like just own the summer if they could get more systems out in the games and stuff. I think this thing is really big. People are planning to do their overnight their overnight thing for a midnight sales and stuff for people who are doing it, a midnight release I should say. So I think it's bigger than what people thought it would be, you
Mhm.
know. So that's my opinion about it. I'm like, and we were just talking in the other one where people are getting the email saying that their payment went through and they get ready to get the Switch too. I haven't seen no one say that about Xbox or PlayStation. It's always Nintendo stuff that I see a lot of that stuff,
I
and I
mean,
follow
the
I
PlayStation
follow a
and
lot of people.
Xbox launches were awful. I mean, so many people were trying to buy those consoles. That was awful. Plus, it was during COVID, and they were under. They didn't have enough units, and it was those were bad, right? I mean,
Hmm.
I think the hype level here, man. I don't know. The industry has changed so much since the Switch came out, right? Like, I feel like even digital distribution, like people are kind of locked into their ecosystem, so people are kind of excited for their ecosystem, right? Like, if
Yeah.
you're a Nintendo person, you're excited for Nintendo Switch, right? Or like, even if you're like a casual person, like maybe you're excited for Mario Kart or like the game. But I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm just jaded. Like, I see all of our friends really excited for this and everything, but like, I'm not like, personally, I don't feel like I'm as excited for Switch 2 as I was for the Switch. And maybe because it's just a similar console. Like, I feel like I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm really excited. I'm more excited than I was for the Xbox Series X coming off the Xbox One, right? But like, it's a similar feeling where like some of the UI stuff has leaked, right? Like the boot up stuff has leaked, and some of this stuff, and it's like, it just feels like a more powerful Switch, which is exactly what I think most of us wanted. And now we're good. Like, our games are backwards compatible. There's new games coming. It's kind of like what we expected, and that's great. But that also like kills any sort of like excitement, especially because there's no Zelda at
Well,
launch or no
well,
3D Mario at launch. Even Donkey Kong is like 6 to 8 weeks away, right? Like,
well, I don't think it's more of the game or the system. I think the marketing leading up to the Switch 2
mhm.
hasn't really been there to keep people interested. And because if you look
You're
at
not watching
especially,
enough children's YouTube, Ed,
oh,
like I do. Every other commercial is a Nintendo Switch commercial.
as you
Every
have
other
two
one.
as you have two kids and I don't have any. Uh,
I'm just saying,
uh,
every other commercial on Nickelodeon and YouTube are Switch 2 commercials.
but I'm not. Well, yeah, but I think the thing people gotta kind of realize is that from when they had the Nintendo Switch 2 Nintendo Direct until now, it's been about software for the other consoles. Um, uh, Expedition 33 has taken off and taken up so much discussion. Um, Stuff on PlayStation 5 with PSSR and stuff has been taking up discussion. And for some unknown reason, Microsoft and their games been doing good and taking up some discussions. They're like, of course, the news around Nintendo Switch 2 hasn't really been around to keep us excited because there's been so much other stuff going on from May to the time of the release of the system. So, and you can even look at us, the Corey. We barely have like family news to really devolve into talk about Switch 2. We really couldn't
Mhm,
talk about the system because there wasn't no news there. Even
mhm,
after the release of the system. Yeah, we did our Nintendo Direct reactions, but after we did our reactions, there was hard to go for anything. When Nintendo was pumping out news and third party and indies was pumping out games and news for that, I think the hype level would be good. If we got like a 6 song trailer or we got this kind of trailer and stuff for Nintendo Switch 2, I think we would have been hyped for it, which will make the anticipation for the system a little bit greater. But for now, because we didn't have that compared to the Switch One, yes, and I agree. Um, we can't. Some people just can't feel excited because there was nothing consistently to maintain that excitement for the system. But I think all of that would change once people get the system in their hands, and if it dominates the talk for 2 or 3 weeks or throughout the summer, and we're still going to see pictures of people posting that they got a system and they got these games and this accessory and having fun with stuff. There's going to be ups and downs for opinions and stuff after the system releases. But for right now, we just haven't had much of the news to keep that anticipation and that excitement going. So I can understand why some people might feel like, you know, ho hum about it and stuff. They're excited, they're happy for it, but it's like, oh, I can't wait for it. Some people don't feel that way
mhm.
because there just haven't been no consistent news about it. You
Yeah,
know,
and that's fine, right? I mean,
right?
I I don't want to take away the fact that people are excited. I think there's a lot of excitement. I really do. I just feel like the excitement's a little muted this time as opposed to like I don't know, like the Switch the like I just feel like the excitement's a little bit muted is all.
Understandable.
There's a lot of excitement. It's just muted. So that's it. And that's all of
Understandable.
our questions. We did it.
All right. Well, I'm
Pretty
quickly just
short show this week. Yeah, pretty short.
uh I'm going to quickly get into my final thoughts. I'm excited for everybody to get the Switch 2. Please let us know if you did get one and what games that you are playing. Let us know that. I cannot watch. If you're going to be streaming it on Thursday, have fun with it. I do want to check out the streams. Personally, for me, everybody, I am going to be. Uh, I'm just going to be out that day. Having fun in a different way. Hopefully it doesn't rain. So I won't be fully invested in Switch 2 stuff until I get home that night and I check everybody's replies. I am hoping to get one Thursday, so wish me the best. If I don't get one, I can still wait. There's still time. But like I really am happy for everybody who's getting the Switch 2, getting games, getting the controller, and offering their opinions about it. Corey, your final thoughts?
I'm I'm really excited for Nintendo Switch 2. I'm excited to I mean, we only get to open we only get to open a new console every time they remodel one. No, I mean we a new generation is very rare these days, and it's not like the old days where we would get a new one every 4 to 5 years, right? It's 7, 8, 9, 10 years at this point. So I'm excited. I think I'm excited more to kind of see what third party support looks like on this as opposed to the Switch and the Wii U, right? Like obviously the Wii U was abysmal and Switch was interesting but not optimal, and this is a device that can compete in that space power wise, right? And obviously it's not as powerful as the other consoles or a PC, but like it's got the same parts, it's got the same components, game scale differently than they did 8-10 years ago. I'm ready to see what they got. They better bring Kingdom Hearts over natively. They're going to bring Final Fantasy VII Trilogy over. They better bring Kingdom Hearts over. That's all I'm saying.
Square Enix, they're trying to get all them coins.
Yeah. Also, final thought. Shout out to 152 people that are watching us right now.
Woohoo!
Thanks for hanging out. It's been fun.
Also, thank you to DM Malone 330, Into Reality, Steve Myers, Nick, as always. Thank you, we love you, man. To Sam Hall, let's see, Marine Gamer 12. And
our YouTube chat was bumping tonight.
Yes, it
was all over the place.
really was. Yes, so thank you guys for tuning in. Yes. Before we go, everybody, and Nick, this is a question I kind of want to ask you if you're still watching or listening to it. I'm sorry. I want to know everybody's game that have earned their stripes. What is that one game or that one franchise? It could be first party, third party, indie, fan made, whatever. What is that one game or even franchise, like I said, franchise that you feel like that has earned their stripes? It's a question that I asked the developers at PAX, and it's something that I am writing. Hopefully, when I finish it, you guys will love the choices that I made. But I would love to hear what game you feel has earned the stripes. And Nick, I kind of want to I chose you because it's a discussion I want you and Brody to have.
It's not a Pokemon.
I know that.
I choose you.
But I would love to
Nickolosaur.
I would love to hear an episode of that kind of discussion from everybody.
What type of Pokemon do you think Nick is?
Oh, what kind of Pokemon?
I think he's fire because he likes Doom and all that stuff.
I would agree. I think he's not Charizard, but who's the pig one?
Whoa,
he's evolved.
I don't know. What are you talking about? What?
There's a pig Pokemon that's fire. That's your starter.
Look, man. After 151, you lost me. Not gonna lie to you. So, if these are real, I don't know. You could be making stuff up right now. I have no idea.
Well, everybody, thank you for watching or listening to this episode of Nintendo Pow Block. If you joined us live, follow or subscribe to the channel you're watching if you haven't done so already. If you're watching us on YouTube later, like the video and leave your comment with your thoughts on today's topics or leave one of your own we can discuss in a future episode. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, consider leaving us a 5-star rating and a review. You can support Boss Rush on Patreon at patreon.com/BossRushNetwork at a tier that's right for you. You can even follow for free and gain access to our base shows on one feed. Thank you, everybody, for checking out this episode. I know it's a lot, but, like I said, it's the release of the Switch 2. Yes! Thank you again for watching. Thank you again for watching and listening, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Woohoo!
Goodbye. If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Sana Dirrig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, Retro Stoy, and Christian S. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.